It's your old friends at Monday Madness, and welcome to the latest episode of GrapsWatch, the show that about the very unprofessional world of professional wrestling. And well, we have a bumper episode, as you might have expected. There was a bit of a big deal on this week with Wrestlemania 42 happening from the very expensive world of Las Vegas, and showing exactly the best and perhaps the worst of WWE in over those two nights. We're going to be talking about the entire show as a whole, what matches caught our eye, what are the biggest questions and positives and negatives coming from the show, and how not all of it is WWE's doing, but perhaps their parent company TKO and everyone in between. Once we get through our bumper WrestleMania review and we preview what's to come next in the future, we go through our top graps list. We also had the debut / return of a segment called the Butterfly Suplex Effect, where we'll give our guests tonight an opportunity to do better than the people who are contractually obliged to book WrestleMania itself. And then we're going to end the show then with a round of the Mirror Universe to see what the alternate WrestleMania 42 card would be, with a bit of bonus NXT to throw in there as well. So we have a very deluxe round of Creative Control to end the show tonight. But above all that, that is this week's episode of GrapsWatch. Well, that's official. WrestleMania 42 is done and dusted, and we've given ourselves a good 24 hours, 48 hours to decompress, to sober up, to kind of sleep on and form an opinion on whatever the fuck that was. And probably the most like black and white / polarizing / yay boo / shit and yet good WrestleMania that we think we've had in a very, very long time.
This, these two WrestleMania nights felt like I had a really nice shower, but I dropped me sandwich.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Like, it felt like two different shows, like from two different companies.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like, you know?
One of them was a TKO show, the other one was a WWE show.
It was right as we got on there, John. You said it perfectly. It was very nice of them to let WWE pepper in some wrestling in between Adamania.
Yeah, I think that's like I think night one genuinely will probably stand as the worst night of wrestling of the year.
What wrestling?
And the problem is that I don't think it has any. It's absolutely no fault of the wrestlers themselves. They were just sold an absolute pulp.
Like it just like, say what you want about previous incarnations, but like, what the fuck was that? That was the equivalent of someone learning how to use a fucking handbrake for the first time. Stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. What the fuck?
It was really bad. And like, it's curious in a sense where, like, and again, like, a lot of people are making kind of like notes and caveats and kind of little stats about like the amount of like actual wrestling content on the show. Again, I think the most damning one is that the advertisement for the Hulk Hogan Netflix documentary outweighed the overall time of all the women's matches.
Beyond the fucking grave.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't even.
That doesn't work for me.
Where was that on? But I watched it back the day after. Was it because it was live?
Yes.
Did they chop that in the replay?
Essentially, yeah. So the way they do it is essentially like because it's on Netflix. Because it's on net. Well, it was both. The first hour was on ESPN, and the rest of it then was on Netflix. And what they basically did was they basically played the same ad for the same product over the show. So ultimately, every time there wasn't something happening on the WWE side, Netflix would cut the clips in of the Hulk Hogan documentary. And obviously, because it was on ESPN as well, they wanted to get across that this documentary is a thing. So quite literally, you're getting you have to get 35 minutes worth of that documentary peppered into into WrestleMania.
I suffer from attention deficit hyperactive disorder, and some days I don't suffer.
Oh, I do too.
Some days I thrive with it. It's in the fucking water, lads. Look around. We're wrestling fans and talking about it on a fucking Tuesday. But the idea, like, I have ADHD and small children. I thought I just missed it. I genuinely thought I missed it. And I was going mad. I just had to confirm that. Thank you. Genuinely thought I had a lapsed memory there.
No, no,
Um,
genuinely, it is a case where they've engineered the show so that the ad breaks are given priority on the night, because again, this is how they
wow.
define the
What a
way to market
shit.
things. Yeah, it is.
That's just a
Like,
shit idea. That's like going on the train and stopping at all the stops or in between all the stops.
yeah.
It's like, you know what
Yeah.
it is? It felt like WrestleMania was been fucking delivered by Ryanair.
Mm. I mean, like, if that's again, like, there's a joke there about the fucking replacement bus service just being driven by racists. But listen, I think we've already been down that road before. It's like, again, it's the, as I said, like, this was very much a TKO production. This WrestleMania, and again, I don't think this is any surprise at this stage that the corporate side of WWE is by far and away the worst thing about it. As I was saying to
Well,
the guys before
I
we
don't
kind
mind.
of jumped on.
I don't mind a corporation when they actually are involved in the fucking product. Like, I'm not even. I dare not fucking speak their name. TK, no, thank you very
Mm,
much. TK, fuck, I won't have any of that fucking lemonade. Thank you very much. And I'm only for once actually feel sorry for AEW because that fucking specky, drug-addled lunatic gets to have his name vaguely associated with this absolute sham. And for once in my life, I had a brief moment where I thought maybe Tony Khan would have made this at least.
Jonathan just said the exact.
Yeah,
He said the exact same thing.
yeah.
like in the way.
I actually said it on the night, 6 points in, that this WrestleMania night one is the best possible advertisement AEW could have ever asked for,
Yeah,
because
I
all
would
the
say very kind
AEW
of them.
just, well, it is, because like it's the sheer fact that, like, at least to AEW's credit, they actually bombard their show with professional wrestling. That is what they're doing.
Eh,
Now, granted,
nah,
No, it's
they
not very good
nah.
professional
it's not very
wrestling.
good. That doesn't. Again, it's not the fact that it's good or not. It's the fact that, like, the overall
Like,
percentage of their shows is wrestling based. Whereas what we saw in
yeah,
WrestleMania
you know.
was very much taking the wrestling Super Bowl situation very, very literally. Because the Super
Yeah,
Bowl is, again, not necessarily there for the American football content.
but
It's there so we can get capitalism over as opposed to anything
there's
else.
two fans. There's the
Mm,
football fans who've been watching football for years, and more power to them. It's a garbage sport, but it's as we had said, it's fanny rugby. Um, it's something that you have your sports fans, hooray, and then you have the
mm.
people who are tuning in for the spectacle, the show. It's iconic. It is a single focal point for a group of people in a country to all get together around the telly. It's their version of the Late Late Toy Show.
Yeah. The thing is, at least the Late Late Toy Show is not pretending to be the All Ireland final, though, is it?
But it's the Late Late Toy Show is capitalism, the musical, except everybody gets a bit. Everyone gets something. Bit of
Mm.
enjoyment. The kids are hilarious. Pick your host, and it's all good fun and it's wholesome. TKO and its subsidiaries aren't even to be considered anything other than give me your fucking money. It's almost like they got rid of all the wrestling and just hired Damien Corvin behind the merch stand. Buy
Mm.
my fucking merch. That's it. That's all it is. But you're supposed to lie to me. You're supposed to lie me into bed. Tell me I'm good looking. Tell me I'm pretty. And then fuck me.
Yeah, I think that's the aspect that's very uncomfortable with me, in a sense, is that, like, they they are ultimately so self-assured that they're going to be able to milk, like, not every wrestling fan, just enough.
Disillusioned. They are.
Well,
It is the driest ride we have ever had
put it this
as a
way,
fan base.
there would have been a time, at least not even like a couple of years ago, but like 5 years ago, an attendance of 50,000 for WrestleMania would have been considered a failure.
Yeah.
And well, the fact is that now it's going to be spun as some level of success. And again, Triple H is a master of this sort of nonsense, because especially in the kind of when he really started kind of taking over the reins, especially with the international pay-per-views and all this sort of stuff, the narratives he'd weave with the kind of like the new stats, the new records, the new errors, and all this sort of stuff. Where we say, like, it's like the favorite one I have is the highest yielding pay-per-view of all time. Is like, oh, so what you mean is that you're able to, like, charge $100 per ticket and get away
Gouge.
with it.
The word is gouge. Triple
Yes.
H. Triple H has a hefty schnoz on him. And he's always had a hefty schnoz on him. But I never knew he was so proficient at smelling his own fucking farts.
Mm.
But he
No.
believes it. Like, and I love the wrestler lie. Look, all wrestlers are liars and floor bashers, and they're my favorite Pokemon. But to look at him and see him say that, he should just go into politics. Just skip it.
I mean, he's happy
Just
there already.
fucking skip it. Just go there. I have seen legendary bullshit promos out of the doll that Triple H just fucking sneezes on. His level of self-aggrandizing bullshit typified by Stephanie McMahon headlining the announcement of the Hall of Fame people. What the fuck? She walked out there last. Get fucked. Get all the way fucked. I was trying to be neutral. I'm going to enjoy the show. I audibly said out loud, "Oh, for fuck's sake." Sorry, Ethan.
Yeah.
That he said a bad word. She made me
Again,
swear in front of my child.
That's the other element of it as well. Is that like the actual I think this was kind of evident last year at WrestleMania as well. But I think a lot of it was attributed to the fact that, like, well, it's at Vegas, so they're trying to go like a much more like kind of like Vegas is a rich city in a sense. Like, you have to you're going in with money to begin with. It's like having
I genuinely thought you were
pay-per-view.
going to say Vegas is a rich cunt town. By God, Jonathan, I let that fucking Freudian slip.
I mean, that's not necessarily incorrect, but the fact is that, like, you've obviously gone with the intention that WrestleMania has to have a Vegas theme of it, so naturally everything is going to be overly expensive. Everything's going to be overly, well, it is.
What was
It is Vegas theme.
all the iconography was garbage wasteland.
Yes.
It didn't need to be so literal. And the fucking pullback, the shot of the fucking stadium, the fucking stagnant Angelus style fucking cutaway of the stadium, the silky fucking sand of the desert was not alluring
That's
me
exactly
to the
my point.
performance.
It was a complete, like, again, Vegas is ultimately just a hollow, like, it's hollow. It's all flash and no trousers,
Right.
and ultimately
But there was no flash. There was no flash. It was all trousers.
Yeah. Well,
It was
again,
just
but that's-
trousers.
Well, let's get it. Let's talk. Well, as much as we're going to complain about TKO, I suppose like what we can do is try and kind of pick apart what we think are the kind of the biggest things about this WrestleMania, both nights, shall we say? So if I'm not intended to combine them all into one night, but like let's put the two nights together. So what is your biggest takeaways from all of us here in terms of, like, let's go with positive and negatives. Let's be fair, right? So what's been the biggest positive in terms of this WrestleMania, let's say from a wrestling perspective? What's the biggest things that are piquing your interest now coming out of the two nights, if you had to pick some?
Where Punk's gonna go.
That is an interesting one, isn't it?
I'm simultaneously enthralled and bored the whole off me in terms of Punk. He is either peaked and gloriously, and if you're ever going to go out on your shield, my fuck, that's the way to go. He brought pro wrestling back. Real, genuine grit. An excellent, well-paced, the whole thing, the minutiae of it all. He's either peaked or he's just getting started. And if they're going to give him the ball and they're going to do it like that, I would hope it's going to rise all tides. That is my hope. But as something we were chatting about earlier, like thrown in the group chat, I am harrowed and hollowed out by the idea that there is no mid-card. There is nothing. There is nobody. Whereas I'm a mid-card.
There is a
mid-card guy.
There is a mid-card there. It's just they have to do a better job at booking the mid-card and actually giving people more time.
It feels like
Raw has a decent one. I think the ladder match, from what I've seen of it, because I didn't watch much on night 2, I kind of had to do it in between, shiftily looking at calls and like going,
yeah.
Almost class.
I know I love a schmozzy spectacle ladder match, but like, look,
on that one. I think there is a mid card there. I think it's the application of it is the difference. Like, people,
that's all they need to do, because there's a couple of people as well who can really lead us. I think Devlin's the perfect example of this. Devlin's the perfect one that you could probably stick the IC title on in a couple of months and
Yeah.
let him run with it for a bit.
Oh, can I just
That's a fair point. Like I think like for something like that ladder match, like again, I like was that was one of the matches I was really looking forward to because again, it is a smodgy match, and WrestleMania needs those type of matches. It goes back to WrestleMania 2000 with the TLC match,
Yep.
or the triple ladder match as it was back then. But again, much to that extent, where like all those six people, if they were to walk out with that Intercontinental title match or title at the end, you go, do you know what? Fair. Even Jordan,
Anyone
who
could
I'd
have
say
won
would
that.
probably have the weakest booking
Yeah.
of those six, I would say, do you know what? I can see him doing well with that.
I
And not only that, but I
just
can also see that division doing well with him doing that as
I
well.
got so fucking annoyed that they missed his star making spot.
Mm-hmm.
He's so smart. The commentary. He's so smart. He's so smart. He's so smart. He fell off the ladder and springboarded back into the ring, and they fucking missed it.
Missed it, yeah. I think they might. I don't. I want. They might have retroactively edited that back in, or they'll clip it.
No, I watched
That's
it.
what they normally do.
I watched it the day after, and they still fucking missed it.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was just out of that really fucking summed it up for like you got to have a live version and you got the low blows parties, the
Yeah.
best fan parties, low blows, hashtag low blows.
Sorry, Dave already took that gig there, Brian. Sorry,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to get.
you can like, but I literally like having listened to their podcast and you know we all know Jerry and love him. He's so kissable. That what was the experience like for yous actually being there with a community of people? Because I was watching it on a couch with two children and a wife. Like
the room wasn't as hot as I think. No, I wasn't there for both nights, so Jonathan can probably attest to this.
Yeah.
The first night, the room seemed to be sucked of any life by the time the main event came around. I'm assuming the second night must have had a lot more life to it.
Yeah, I think like it's a funny one. Is like the way I kind of looked at it was that the worse the show got, the better the crack was in a sense because it was a weird kind of like this is a lot of bollocks, but we're still drinking type of energy to it.
yeah.
And but then again, like literally, like I've definitely felt like by the time of like the first night of the main event, I was giving a fuck about everything. Like I was
yeah,
I was kind of like,
that was a very angry man by then.
Did you
like yeah? I was going to kind of dumpy territory with that one, to be honest.
Did you tweet anything?
No, Jesus, no, I don't. Why would I ever feed
it? That's my big brain theory in all of this. Because, you know, read between the fucking lines, divide by two, and fucking kick a load of salt at it. But I heard a quote Triple H paraphrasing that he likes winding up the internet fans because what do? They bitch about it. They fucking record podcasts. They engage and just boost the signal of it. That I was like, yeah, but you can only do that for so long before you burn through people.
It's not even. It's like okay. With that kind of respect, right? If there was a sort of thing where like let's get them in the first half and then go from there, then the reverse logic really kind of backfired at WrestleMania 41, then didn't it? Because the whole idea was that like night one, like last year, blew night two out of the water. Where night two's best match was the first one, which is the women's triple threat. The show went downhill from that point on. And again, that wasn't by design. That was genuinely the fact that like that was the best that they had. And particularly that was kind of epitomized with the main event, with just an absolute disaster of a celebrity intervention. And again, that symbolizes this symbolizes what the biggest problem is with me with just WrestleMania now generally. The WrestleMania formula has to now inherently have bullshit as part of its design. So the only way you can actually make it work now is to try and work around the bullshit or incorporate it into the show. So going back to Aaron's point about like how did they do with that? Well, night one was maximum bullshit and night two was minimum bullshit. That's the way I look at it, where like they front loaded everything into night one so they can kind of get the stuff out of the way. So like the celebrity tie-in with like say I Show Speed, which to his credit he did very well with. But again, that is literally for a catchment of people that are not wrestling fans that are probably never going to watch the product again, but they just want to see like just random people doing random things. Likewise, and then we have like this the main event of your show, right? I don't like again. I'm not somebody who's going to buy into the whole kind of like Jerry Roll's actually quite good at this thing. I don't care for him. I'll be absolutely honest with you, but Your WrestleMania main event, whether it be night one or night two, should not begin with random fucker landing a table on another random fucker, right? It should do with the two wrestlers. So again, the fact that was all kind of almost quarantined into one night is probably a good thing, because if they were doing that stuff on night two again, I probably would have switched off even quicker. But once your point, in terms of the live kind of the live aspect of it, I don't think a live party is the best kind of summary of it in a sense, because you're watching it but also half watching it, and other stuff is kind of being picked up, so you're gonna lose a lot of nuance, and you're gonna lose a lot of kind of like the kind of subtleties in a match. But what you are gonna pick up on is the kind of genuine kind of like energy of like what's working and what isn't. So I can tell you for a fact that the biggest pop of the night was over Femi.
Yeah.
But again, that has a lot to do with the fact that it was the first matchup on the card. Everyone was buzzing, everyone was hyped, even though Reigns and Punk was by far and away the best match of the show, and perhaps one of the best matches of the year, just from a storytelling point of view, it's probably the best match I've seen Roman Reigns in personally.
It's one of the best WrestleMania events in history.
I'd agree with
the
that.
best match of the year or the best match of the night. It was fucking phenomenal.
If
but again, the way they worked it was probably so absorbing.
Just a smidge dragged out. But again, after having chicken shit, you will take a even slightly overfilled chicken salad.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it as well. Again, the thing I was mulling over with yesterday was that would I have enjoyed this show better if it was one night? And I think that was the thing as well, because I was left to stew with how bad Rhodes and Orton was by design. It has to be said, because
what was so bad about Cody and Orton for you?
Honestly, yeah. Well, no, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, no, Aaron. I've been speaking a lot here. You go ahead.
No, it genuinely didn't seem like they had a fucking notion of what they were actually doing. I think that was probably the biggest issue, because especially by the ending, it seemed like, okay, it apparently, right, the Pat McCaffrey thing was added in by TKO, right? That was directly added in by their higher ups to TKO. Like, get him on the main event. Don't care how you do it, just get him there. The original plan for it, which would have made a lot more fucking sense, was apparently it was going to be Aleister Black. That was going to be the person who told him, you need to be better. You need to get the old Randy back. And when he finally does the punt, it solidified that he was right all along. That, you know, his emperor doesn't change his stripes.
Carrying Cross's gimmick, yeah.
Yeah. The issue with this one was that Randy doesn't seem, the crowd was starting to turn on Cody, which didn't help Randy's whole violent new turn, or maybe not so new turn. The ending just seemed a bit fucking there. I'm fine with it continuing the feud. I don't like it when it's the main events. I think the world title matches need to be finalized at Mania.
Yeah,
I don't care about the rest of the show, but I feel like if you're gonna have like Roman Reigns and CM Punk, is done.
Yeah,
finished. We're not gonna go back to it for another while at least. Might do it again down the fucking road, whatever.
There was something in,
but there was.
Go on.
No, it was just that it just seemed like that no one knew what the fuck they were doing.
See, does this ring true? It feels like all the stories are written and the wrestlers don't matter.
No, I don't think that's necessarily the case.
It feels like anyone could have been in that Randy spot. It feels like there's a select 4 people that are in the main event and they work around and they book around, i.e. Paul Heyman books around them. And everyone else is interchangeable. Randy could have been anybody.
No, I don't agree.
Pat McCaffrey could have been anybody. It didn't. What did Randy add to it? Nothing. The entire story on commentary was he's got a bad back. That was it. No selling into history. No selling, but nothing meant fucking nothing. We're gonna bring back. It didn't matter. It should have mattered. But they
Yeah,
had
yeah. I
built,
think that's what I was
they
going
had
with that.
ruined, they had kicked the house of cards so unbelievably fucking hard that it
Mm,
flew into the other fucking room and stabbed someone in the eye. They have
yeah.
like they ruined what we then have to claw back and say, no, 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 wait, but, we're in an abusive relationship. We are being gaslit by mediocrity. It's just
Mm.
mediocre. This is not WrestleMania level standard. This is not the
Mm,
showcase of the Immortals because you have to fucking tell me the line that did me in by Michael Cole. This is the epitome of pop culture. It isn't, it's fuck. It might have been for a half an hour in 1992, but it's not that anymore.
yeah.
But that's where, look at Randy, right? Randy as a case in point, right? Everything summarized on both nights culminates in the main events for me. Everything good and bad. Randy Orton is done as a performer. He's done. It's phoned in.
Mm.
He looks like boiled ham. He's done. I liked him as happy dad Randy. That tickled me. And it's just not there. And yeah, he fucking hoofed Cody out of it. Fucking did it the hard way. And then
Did it in, by the way, like probably one of the best punts ever. It looked like he actually did.
What?
He was hitting a free kick, like he was trying to hit Rhodes head for that. Like,
Yeah, that was the last penalty in the Euros. If he was scoring there.
yeah.
I actually didn't rate it because he connected solid. It actually looked like shit. It was a legitimate kick, and a legitimate kick does not look as good because the follow through is where the eye follows to make the move look amazing.
Yeah.
And it's hard to sell when you've been legitimately fucking concussed. Although fucking all credit to the Miz for that one WrestleMania. But it's just something that that was a Cody match. Cody matches have a formula. You can literally write out a Cody match. It's paint by numbers. And when it works well when he has the heat and the buzz behind him. But he doesn't have the heat and the buzz behind him. He's very much, Cody is in the Flair school, and Dusty as well, that era where you can do very little if you're over as fuck. And Cody's not over as fuck. I loved the entrance. But the eras of Cody, because we got to see Stardust again, right? But then he's building and building, and then you see his most recent gimmick, and you go, "Oh, what's this gonna be?" He was covered in tinfoil. That was it. He was a shiny Pokemon. He was the same fucker he was before. Not a hint of anything. Not a lick of Pepe Le Pew. Nothing. Not a change. Not a moniker of difference in him. And he came out, and I simultaneously loved it and fucking hated it. And he went over to his wife and his daughter, and my fucking fatherly fucking heartstrings were plucked, and I went, there he is, Daddy. And that was lovely. That was great. But it did fuck all. It meant nothing to the story. They didn't play off the paternal fucking relationship of Randy. They did nothing like that. It was just fucking smacked on. It was like someone was building with Lego, ran out of bits, and went, fuck it, I'll get some Play-Doh. And it didn't work. But then
I think we're at a point.
Yeah.
No, go on, you go ahead, because I talk too much.
Well, fair play. I think what I'd say about, it kind of goes back to your point about like these wrestlers could have been anyone. I think WWE almost were a victim of their success to a certain degree with the initial angle between Cody and Randy on that episode of SmackDown where Randy completely annihilates Cody. And in fairness, it's an angle that has been done to death now with Cody, especially with The Rock, and then you had a certain similar
three
one with
manias in a row with the same angle.
3 manias in a row where Cody has to, like, you know, basically, like, you know, get bled, like, basically bleed his own blood in order for him to care about this character. And again, that's also coming off the back of like a fairly like disingenuous title change with Drew. So ultimately they've already made the decision that, okay, we need to change tack completely with Drew because we're not convinced this Drew Cody match is going to go the way we want. So they strike gold with the Cody and Randy formula. and Randy goes into his kind of heel persona. Cody is immediately back into a kind of babyface situation. But the mistake that they made was prejudging that the crowd was immediately going to sympathize with Cody. What they actually were doing was going onto a massive nostalgia buzz with Randy, and they were starting to find the ultimate version of the Randy Orton character that people have always wanted, which is the Viper, which is the sneaky, slithery, sinister psychopath that is going to kick people in the head. And ultimately, the punt is actually quite appropriate because the match was always going to result with him punting Cody Rhodes. But a lot of people were hoping it would be for the title, not after the fact. The other aspect of it is that
fucking
the
annoyed
story
me.
that you do end up getting here, right? So the story that you're presented here in this match, as you said, Brian, it could have literally been two any kind of different people. Like if for instance Pat McAfee was affiliated with Logan Paul, I don't think anyone bats an eyelid because it's consistent with what's going on there. You wouldn't lump in Pat McAfee with Gunther, for example, even though the two have had a match, you know.
I know.
But
Mhm.
in the same aspect of it, like because the matches, the story's already written between Cody and Randy. Like there's already the legacy, quite literally, pardon the pun, the legacy is already established with that.
Don't
They
don't
don't need to do anything else with this match. It's already
how dare
done.
you? Don't be a coward. Never pardon the pun.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying here. Is like you don't
Well,
need to
How
do
are you, Claire?
anything else with this feud. You just have to play it through. Play the fucking notes. And the
Yeah.
problem is that they immediately got complete stage fright about the possibility that that the most villainous form of Randy Orton was going to walk into WrestleMania with babyface heat and
It was
babyface
more
buzz, and Cody Rhodes was going
compelling.
to get booed out of the building.
It was just
So what they
naturally
had to
more
do was,
compelling
and
than
I do
Cody.
genuinely believe this. I think there's two aspects of this. Again, one requires a tinfoil hat, and the other one doesn't. My genuine belief is that they had to rein back Cody Rhodes or Randy Orton's momentum somehow, and the only way to do that was to
But
basically
why?
pop the balloon.
But fucking why? The
Well,
greatest
again,
fucking
this goes
moments in
back to the
recent
point.
WrestleMania have been about the fans naturally getting behind someone, and God forbid we had our own salient fucking opinion as a
Yes,
fan base that have been dedicated to this, some of us, for 30 fucking years.
yeah.
Like, they subverted their own naturally developed fucking story because cookie cutter Cody can't fucking deviate from his masturbating plan. Fuck
Well, again,
off.
this is the part I was going to establish was that you either okay, granted, you drop in this guy Pat McAfee, who is, let's just say, who is the textbook definition of an industry plant, and you put him in there to basically draw the narrative away from the Cody and Randy dynamic. Essentially, it all becomes about him, and then the reaction and the response and the distinct lack of heat for Pat McAfee. And let's be fair here. He was not getting booed because he was a heel. He was getting booed because he's been
yeah.
interjected into a
Oh
feud
yeah.
that he does not belong in.
Oh, it was go away heat.
Yeah, it was go away heat from day one. And I think the difference was that TKO, in their eternal wisdom, have put McAfee into this situation for reasons that have nothing to do with wrestling, that have nothing to do with the feud. It is their own vested interest to get one of their own some level of like deal across the way. Again, industry plant 101. And it was the same with Travis Scott
I
last
do
year,
have a
and they're going to do the
I do
same
have a
again every year,
counterpoint.
fortunately.
I do have a counterpoint for that. It's smacked of a press release because
Hmm.
everyone said the same fucking thing. TKO and Ari Emanuel think that Pat McAfee is going to be the next Sylvester Stallone. Word for fucking word.
Yeah.
Local terrestrial news broadcasting. John Oliver has taught me well. The
Hmm.
exact fucking phrasing, word by fucking word, that we all fucking spouted, chapter and fucking verse. Yes, he was selected. Yes, he probably wasn't the first one you would have wanted. It would have been more fucking compelling if Randy was just talking to the fucking wall.
Quite
But
literally, it
Uh,
could have just been the
it
voices in his head.
would have been excellent.
Quite literally,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
then they could have
That
debuted.
whole angle could have been better if they actually went with the Alistair Black thing.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
much better way of going through
That
that
one
angle.
is that the second I heard who did it was a fightful. Whoever broke, someone reported on it. I think our man who does the Stevie Richards fucking podcast, I'm watching a lot of his stuff, and he kind of he said it, but someone else broke the info, and I just went, God, that was fucking good. But they were like, it just smacks of they turned the wheel too hard.
Mm,
They just they had a good course going, and they course corrected
too much.
incorrectly.
Yes,
They just
absolutely. I think, and that's why I felt like that match was an absolute disaster because in a way they had too much to tidy up. So the best thing they could have done was basically sack off the Pat McAfee angle on the night, get it out of the way, write it off as a bad debt, and essentially start again then in Backlash with presumably, hopefully, as Aleister Black as the actual voice in the head. Because ultimately, I think that's the only reason why you're going to do keep this feud going. Essentially, is
I
to is a damage limitation to it.
I believe that that idea has been floated out in discourse to us to gauge the reaction and metrics of people saying that Alistair Black is a good idea. I fervently, if we're putting on the fucking tinfoil, let's put it all over.
Oh no, Triple H has feelers. Like that's what
Yeah,
he does. Like, that's
yeah.
a lot of the angles are in a sense where like you always get the stories around November, December. Here's what we're going to get for WrestleMania, and the matches that like typically don't get reaction don't make it. Hence Drew Cody.
But that just feels so fucking fun. That's the equivalent of someone saying, "Will you meet me friend? Will you give me
Yeah,
friend the shift?" It's like, just go up yourself, you fucking coward.
yeah. Or
Just
better
go
yet,
for
just
it.
have conviction in what you think is your creative process. But again, as we've demonstrated with this match, their creative process is totally compromised by TKO and their
Did it
process.
feel like?
But to that point though, because yes, it would have been infinitely better had it been Alistair. Yes, I do think it was corporate interference that inserted Pat McAfee into it. But to your point a second ago, Jonathan, last year we had Travis Scott. This year we
Yeah.
had Pat McAfee. Arguably, this is as good as it gets.
And that's a
Because
scary thing for
McAfee,
me. Like,
yeah, like he
yeah.
did do NXT. He does clearly have a genuine love for the business. He
Hmm.
was completely out of place here, but this is the high point, and it
Yeah.
was awful.
Yeah. And listen, and like I said, like I think like the WrestleMania intrinsically does have a celebrity intervention into it. Like it's woven into the DNA of the show. And that is not a bad thing. Like it is WrestleMania is inherently the crossover of when pro wrestling becomes mainstream for a week. That's the whole thing. You literally get your
Mm.
you literally you the nerdy kid gets to be cool for 1 week, essentially, is what
But
WrestleMania is.
the
And you
mainstream
maximize
turns
it. Yes. You absolutely maximize it.
to us,
Yeah.
the great unwashed, and goes, "So what's going on with everyone? Has everyone turned around? A friend, family member, a colleague on? So, WrestleMania going to be good this year?" And we go,
Yeah.
"Wait till I fucking tell you." And we get
Mm.
to be the fucking, we get to be the sermon on the fucking mound, going, "Oh, wait till you fucking see this lad. He's called Danhausen. Blessed be his name." And it was just that I felt like Randy and Cody were having two completely different fucking matches and
Yeah.
storylines. That
Absolutely.
both
Yeah.
of them
Yeah.
were the babyface in their own story. Because Michael Cole was calling Randy Orton's poor back, and he was getting sympathy.
Sympathy.
He
Yeah.
was booked, and the match was designed for him to get sympathy. And then Cody was just beating the fuck out of this old man. And then Cody had been attacked and his name sullied, and it just it all just fucking came up with the fact that I think Randy didn't want to cut a fucking promo. He just didn't want to talk. It just something just feels like there was a decision made where someone didn't want someone saying something. Because someone shot off the fucking hip at a meeting and they went, "Well, I think I got a mouthpiece for you, sunshine."
It's hard to say. I mean, like, so Jamie, obviously you just jumped on there now. So we're talking about like kind of our
My
biggest kind
apologies.
of like pluses and that. Listen, it happens. It's all good. The kind of the different kind of pluses and negatives from the show. So we were just talking about the Cody Rhodes, Cody and Orton feud here, and we were just about to kind of switch back then to Punk's future and how and where he thinks we goes from there. Because now we're back with a Roman Reigns potentially title reign and seemingly a full time Roman Reigns. We'll see how long that lasts. But
Yeah,
out of
lives
yourself,
far.
yeah, exactly. I don't believe it either. But what kind of major takeaways, both positive and negative, you got from this WrestleMania after presumably watching both nights?
I did. I did. My biggest takeaway is that I don't know if you heard about this, but there's a documentary coming out tomorrow on the 22nd
Oh,
about
yeah,
the
yeah.
life and times of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Guest starring Bianca Belair.
Yeah, it's
I
it says so much that that like the advertisement was so insistent that like Brian didn't get any in his
I didn't
rewatch,
see it.
so it genuinely looks to him like it's a psyop that we all experienced.
Yeah.
Like,
thought I had gone mad.
Oh,
Yeah.
they padded the time out.
But like
Um,
it's but like how like just like a couple of cousins I talked to who be like, oh, wrestling, Hulk Hogan. I'm like, no.
No.
We've moved on as a people.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, see, right, Jamie, you watch both nights. You watch both nights at home. How did you watch it? This is what I'm most interested in. How did you watch WrestleMania?
how do you mean?
Like the lads were at low blows. I was in the living
Yeah.
room. Like, what was surrounding you while you were being?
Saturday night, I went to my brother's apartment and we watched it.
Okay, so that's far
Um,
fucking better.
and then I watched Sunday on Monday morning.
Yes, I watched both of them the night after, where I had the luxury of fucking fast forward.
Oh, such a difference maker. In
Mm.
fact, the
Although,
reason one of the big reasons I didn't watch Sunday Live was because of Saturday.
did
Yeah,
did
that's
everyone
love-
a
did
fair
everyone
one.
have the
That's a fair one.
feeling? Did everyone
I'd
have
love to know the viewing stats of that. I'd love to know
Actually,
what
don't
was there a significant drop off of night 2 after night 1.
I think
I really wonder how
Oh,
bad it was.
to still watch it, I imagine it's getting similar amounts of streams. I just imagine there was a lot less live.
Yeah, I
There
think
was
so.
so
Yeah,
much
no,
watching.
no, that's what I mean. Like if you could get like the actual live viewers from night 1 and night 2 between
Mhm.
11 o'clock and 3 o'clock of both nights, like was there a significant drop off?
the only reason.
What was the
I
story there?
wonder if
Was there
Netflix
not? Maybe
even
there
have that
wasn't at
many
all.
live viewers, or because the fact that like it is basically just so accessible now that people can just watch it whenever they want. I would be very
Possibly,
interested.
yeah.
Clearly they wasn't, because they were buffering during the live fucking show. We'll be back in a minute. They were saving on the broadband.
Yeah,
Like,
I suppose the first night was always going to have higher view count, considering it was Saturday as opposed to Sunday.
yeah. Mm.
But yeah,
what
it was
what
it
did
was rough viewing though. The live event was a slog, and I
Yeah.
don't know if I actually genuinely don't know, was the pacing better on night 2, or was it just purely that I wasn't getting as much bullshit?
slightly less?
It's
Still
like,
a
yeah, I
decent
think it's again like being
amount. What
like
I found
I was the only one that was like kind of like drink like, so seemingly I was the only one that was pissed at the time watching both nights. So it was kind of a case where like
that would have been
I
better.
think it was more, and again Aaron can attest to this.
Live and in living
Look,
color.
I'm going to say this right. Chloe commented on it. He was a very angry boy by the time that show fucking ended. He was in a pacey humor by the time that show ended.
It was like
If that-
I think it was very much like that. Like it, like again, I think a lot of people would have been in the same boat as well. It's like it was like literally like it was very much the energy of like that match was shit. I'm getting another pint. It was very much that kind of situation where like I have to be drunk to enjoy
was,
this.
If that was
Yeah.
therapy, you would have called it successful. Because I'm sure you worked through some fucking personal shit because of it.
I
But,
might
like,
have complimented Tony Khan. That's how much therapy I went
yeah.
through there.
Jesus.
like the best booking of the night for me was the first credit card ad, where we learned about don't lower your credit rating too much by cancelling your cards. And then on the second night they had the other bit of booking with the fella who always maxes out his credit card. So I really did learn a lot about how to improve my credit score.
It's like when we have that tracker mortgage ad over here in Ireland. So it's the fact that like I actually do feel like I've learned absolutely nothing from that ad, but yet it's still burned into my memory.
I learned about American credit cards and American credit scores because of WrestleMania. Thanks, TKO.
Yes, thanks for reminding us that people get bankrupted from having cancer. What a great country you live in. But no, in fairness, like it's again, it's like it goes back to that whole point of people pretty much bankrupting themselves just to go and sit ringside.
I mean, that's
do you know
why
that-
they're called TKO. Knock
I
you
think
the
do
fuck
you
out.
know I think what was the proper like the proper nadir for me in terms of like, and again this is actually coming from night 2, was the just complete and utter gimp that was sitting at the announcers table for the Rhea and Jade match. And now this guy is apparently just a crypto entrepreneur, and he does like
Yep.
scrap and all that sort of stuff. And he is literally sitting in a paid for cook chair to watch Rhea and Jade. Like he literally has paid actual money to put himself and humiliate himself in front of the internet so he can watch two large women fight in front of him. And like,
As
I mean, listen,
as
it's
is
Vegas.
his fucking right.
Literally, people would pay good money for that, Jonathan.
Yeah,
Usually,
he
it's
did.
usually it's in the comfort of their own
I'm
home.
just-
He probably paid too
so.
much for it, in fact.
But like they apparently that was in the well into the 5 figures that he paid to sit at the
Yeah.
commentator's desk
Did
without
you
a
book,
headset.
Jonathan? What was the ticket price again? €8 back. day of.
$16,000.
You imagine how much the front row was.
Yeah.
Based on
Imagine
salary
how
of that.
much
Not even that, but
inside the
just be part
barrier
of the
was.
production. He has he's gonna have a credit on
Yeah.
fucking IMDb for this.
But where does this end? Does this
Yeah.
end up with people being like special guest referees?
No.
Like-
I have it. I do have it. They're going to start having sponsorships, not only for the wrestlers, but for the moves. Suplexus. That's my first one I thought of. I haven't done
I
any
do
more
feel like
writing since.
there is inevitability that they're gonna like there is gonna be some sort of like sponsored like match. So like once you do like the
They were
Dorito
all
Slam,
sponsored.
you win or
They
something
were all
along so
sponsored. All the
yeah.
matches were sponsored. There was more energy put into the Dippin' Dots fucking promo.
Mm.
It does.
Like, I'd love an ice cream. Great, Michael Cole, take cocaine now. Wake the fuck up.
I must be kind of the only one who like. I don't give a fuck if the matches are sponsored, because really, as long as the match inside the ring is good, I don't give a fuck if it's sponsored by the Rita season or Dippin' Dots or General's fucking insurance. I couldn't give a shit. Never really bothered me, because as long as the lads inside the ring are doing good, I don't even pay attention. I didn't even know the main event of night 2 was sponsored by the Rita season until they went outside the ring. I went, oh shit, it's all over the place.
Now,
I just forgot about it again.
I think we're also like
they've been
as
doing
Irish
that.
people, we're also kind of like have this level of kind of inoculation against advertising because we don't live like again like our networks are not great at advertising themselves, let alone like getting
No.
advertisements. So it's the case where like, there's actually some sort of like kind of advantage of almost like having no money for like whoring yourself. Like you have to have money to whore yourself out for more money, if that makes sense.
idea,
So
but
the fact that
here's
like
the
you
thing.
can try and monetize
We have to
everything doesn't really
Be
work for
very
us.
careful. Not while talking now about the advertising. Don't fucking say them. Don't say the brand name.
Oh yeah,
That's
absolutely.
That's
yeah,
how
yeah.
they win.
That's how they
But
win.
like,
And like, again, it goes back to like the one advantage of probably being in a bar to watch like WrestleMania is the fact that like instead of actually listening to all this hideous capitalism that's been thrown in onto the screens, let's just have a fucking sing song. Like stick on some tunes, like you like put requests in, and like that is genuinely the best, almost like antidote to the
the
wrestling, to the
most
WWE kind of
Irish
atmosphere.
response
This,
ever.
Yeah,
there's a couple of things with this. One, this all seems to be stemming from the whole second screen experience thing where they know people are on their phones.
yes,
So
very
they're
much so.
just
Yeah,
throwing shit out there so like you're not watching anyway. And the other thing is technically for America, this is real sports presentation.
yeah, and I think
Like,
that's another takeaway from this whole thing for me from a production point of view. And again, there's more production-minded people here in this call, so they can perhaps jump in on this. But TKO in particular, when it comes to WrestleMania, and I've seen it with the Rumble recently, and it's gone into a direction I don't particularly like. They have this obsession and almost this necessity to present this WWE product as a sport. And again, we have two very interesting podcasts coming up where like this kind of discussion about like is wrestling a sport or is wrestling an art, and there's two different schools of thought, and based on whatever kind of chemistry you grow up with, you have two different points of view. Both are perfectly valid. None of them are wrong. It just is two different pathways to the right answer. Um, but TKO have this obsession with having to present it as if it's a UFC or it's a boxing event or it's a Super Bowl. Whereas ultimately, what they should be doing is actually presenting these people like they are genuine characters. Like you're watching an ensemble cast, that you are watching essentially
That's
like
what got me
instead of going down the Super Bowl route, you should go
Here's
down the Hamilton route
here's
and
here's
presenting
a
people as characters they are.
here's an odd thing. Can you succinctly say what got you into wrestling?
The Undertaker.
Yeah, Aaron.
Characters got you into it. Like literally, they're the people's characters, the looks, a certain
yeah.
match, a certain formula gets you into it. It has nothing to do with the fact that like, oh my god, this guy's stats is incredible.
Yeah.
That's nothing to do with that. That's fantasy football. Go watch another fucking sport for that shit.
Because
Yeah.
when we back in our day, shakes fist at cloud, that we got into wrestling when wrestling was wrestling. When wrestling was a wrestling show. Now wrestling is trying to be everything but wrestling.
Yeah.
Actively.
They're trying to do the balance of being a sport, because it is a sport. So they're trying to do a balance of trying to take themselves seriously while also being American.
That's exactly it. It's a shitty American sport. It's not the fucking Premier League in 2012, which is quite frankly the peak of fucking society. That's
a conversation for a different podcast, Brian.
That's a conversation for a different podcast indeed. But you can strike that right balance. I've always looked at WWE as the lower card has all mainly bullshit.
Yep.
Your Danhausens.
Yep.
Your R-Truths. Your mid card has some bullshit, but has fucking good wrestling. And the main event shouldn't have any bullshit. Can have some bullshit, but not a lot of bullshit. And the right kind of bullshit. I'll get back to what I mean by the right kind of bullshit.
Yeah, no, you're spot
but
on.
That's the bit that should be taken seriously. The right kind of bullshit was The Rock 2 years ago. Because he was such a hammy fucker through that whole feud. 20-minute videos on Twitter telling the cameraman when I ain't fucking cutting off. This is bullshit. Whipping Cody Rhodes with a belt. It was good bullshit. But I guarantee you'd have someone who watched it, you'll go, he looks like he fucking hates him. It's hammy, but he looks like he hates everything about Cody Rhodes. My brother got back into wrestling for a bit, specifically because of that. For a bit. He went back out of wrestling and he goes in and out of it like every couple of years. But that's why he did it. So now it's bullshit everywhere. We're also trying to take itself seriously everywhere.
Yes,
you can have your Danhausen in amongst everything. But like Pat McCaff was the main bit about that. This is bullshit everywhere. This is no one cares.
But
Jelly Roll was the bullshit. Great. He did an elbow drop from one table to another. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
it's great. I'm delighted for him, and he did it well. But he is not worthy of a WrestleMania main event, and that's ultimately what we're talking about here. It sounds a bit like gatekeeping, but like it's not a fucking charity either. You know what I mean? Like, have you not learned anything from the year before, where you have Travis Scott literally ruining your own like crown jewel in your own event? Like, I'm sorry, but like the last point of comparison of a celebrity ruining a WrestleMania main event was Bam Bam Bigelow and LG Taylor, and like. Yeah. I'm sorry, but you were at death's door as a company creatively at that point, where like that is the best you could do as a main event. You don't have to go down this route. Ultimately, the way they used the celebrities on night one with I Show Speed and stuff like that was good. Correct answer. It's out of the way. Get it fucking done. So we let the actual wrestlers.
I don't mind wrestling involvement in wrestling if they actually look like that they wanted to be wrestlers and they actually kind of take it seriously.
And to his credit, he does. He
does. I Show Speed halfway through this got attacked by LA Knight and went around with a cast for a couple of days and a neck brace. He sold it.
And that's fine. Like, again, the lads are like professional, like shills in a sense. They are professional frauds, so it should be no surprise that they kind of get kayfabe straight away.
It's the equivalent. You know, geez, like depending on your social touchstone, either Pulp Fiction or the parody version that The Simpsons did of Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Multi-interconnected stories has ceased to exist. It was, you walk up, you do your promo, and then the camera cuts and moves off to the next thing. There was a flow to it. It felt like a stage show. It was all contained. This now, everything about it just seems like you're literally changing channels within your own product.
Mm-hmm.
On the same show, in the same time. Like, time slots don't mean anything anymore. Segments don't mean anything anymore. It's something that, apart from the fact, excuse me, a pay-per-view had ads on it, go lick the underside of my fucking cunt.
Yeah.
There was always ads. There was always ads. JR Snickers satisfies, right? He fucking called that. JR called Snickers fucking satisfies, right? And it's always been a thing, but it was always just fucked off in the corner, and then let's get to the meat.
Yeah.
They have changed the recipe of the sandwich where it's all salad, no ham.
Yeah, I think that's a very good way of putting it.
And we should be fucking thankful for the crunchy deliciousness that is the salad.
I love as well that you couldn't think of a brand name for summer lettuce in the time. I also like
fucking
like Brian Maxwell salads.
Yeah,
because I made it myself.
Iceberg, Titanic, sinking ship, AO. But
there you go.
It's like what was good? The wrestling was good. For the most part, the wrestling on WrestleMania was good. The Mania wasn't so good, but the wrestling was.
See,
Just
I'd
need
Yeah.
argue
more.
to a degree the wrestling was good, but something else that I will actually give them credit for. At points, the spectacle. It was there in places.
Mm.
That WrestleMania spectacle. CM Punk's entrance.
Yes.
Miseria
Excellent.
can't tear into the coming out to silence. It was a Mania entrance, Roman's entrance, with the instrumental leading into it. In places, they did get the Mania feel. It was
I will
just
say like the best Mania, like the Finn Balor's entrance was perhaps the quintessentially perfect WrestleMania entrance, because
Yeah,
it's that kind
I
of thing
see
where like
that.
they threw absolutely everything at it and it worked. It nailed absolutely everything about it. Because again, it was the fact that
I
like there
didn't
is such a
like it.
you didn't like it?
Didn't
You
like it. It felt like Finn Balor and the Boogeyman had a child.
maybe so, but I think it's
It was
also
just
it's
too.
tickling that receptor for
He
people who
lost
want
me.
to
He
well.
lost me with the. He lost me with the smoke, and he lost me because he kept getting the fucking toilet paper in his eyes, and he played it off, and it was grand. But there was a touch of. I could see it. I could see Fergal in there going, for fuck's sake. There was a hint of it that took me out of it. But yay demon. Hooray, yay demon.
Hmm.
It was fucking great to see it back. And we were waxing lyrical, and I felt like I was watching the black and gold brand again. And Dominic
Hmm.
Mysterio, I love seeing him be battered.
Please,
Because he's
can we now get that Punk and Mysterio feud that I've been begging for since Punk has been back? For the love of God, give me
I mean, to be
that
fair,
feud.
they're both handy. Like it's entirely possible we'll get that
I mean,
in the calendar year.
one of them is a Lothario absolute womanizer who whores himself out to the nearest skirt beside him, and the other one is Dom Mysterio.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, Dom's probably losing his title now during the week, so yeah, it's entirely possible.
I
But
mean,
like, what?
it's the feud that I'm begging for it. I think there's enough podcasts you've done, Jonathan, why I've been begging for that feud since he came back. It's
If only we had some sort of mirror universe you could test this thing out on first. But anyway, there you go.
no,
Like
this
Dom,
needs to be put in action. It needs to be done now. It should be Stom's after when he's done with Finn and after when Punk does whatever he's doing. That should
I
be the
want to
feud that
see.
goes to SummerSlam.
I want to see Punk in Mexico versus Dominic Mysterio,
Yes, that would be
and
good.
watch him get fucking murdered by the best wrestling fans in the world right now. Have you been watching AAA?
I fully
Mark
intend to
Calloway
watch the
has fucking booked.
Grande Americano Derby. It's gonna be fantastic.
But like everything is. You can see all the great matches where seemingly Paul Heyman produced stuff. Wrestling needs to have a single focus. It has to have a guiding light. McMahon perfected it for years. One person in charge will at least give you an understanding of a beginning, middle, and end because you're there for everything. I don't even think the fucking producers in WWE are fucking talking to each other. And I could shit
I
the
agree with you on that.
fuck. I will shit the fuck on AEW because of it. That same spot, same spot, same spot. Leave the announce table the fuck alone
yeah,
after the
They
first
did do
one.
with a loss.
For
They
yeah.
did do with a
fuck's
loss.
sake.
Yeah.
How many fucking tables do they have?
I think the fact that like
They
the problem
actually
is that these new tables are actually like collapsible now. They're actually designed to like
Some
be
of
able
them
to just like
fucking
kind
are.
of rig back up again. It's like
Excuse,
Mm.
canonically, Jelly Roll stronger than Seth Rollins.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That made me feel great.
Definitely heavier.
yes.
I
My
wouldn't even
little
say stronger. I
snarky
just
heart
think
was so
I,
happy.
I
Yeah.
just think it's just heavier because he just came down to them like a ton of bricks. Like if Jelly Roll
Exactly,
falls
yeah.
on top of you and you're on a table, you're there, table's breaking.
Yeah.
But there was elements.
I do
There's-
have a soft spot for Jelly Roll because he also clearly is a massive wrestling fan. Like
Yeah,
he's
I
just
think
living
he's
his
doing it for the right
best life.
reasons. To his credit, yeah, yeah,
But like he
Jelly-
even showed up
Jelly
at a
Roll-
TNA pay-per-view in
Yeah, he did.
March. So like
Yeah.
he's
he's in
Like,
it. Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's got the bug and he's there, and I've no shame on him. He's a decent fucking music human. He seems like a lovely fella. He sweeps up when he has to sweep up, and that fucking line, "Go give him the match that you fucking want to see." I'm like, why the fuck wasn't that Michael Cole saying that? You know what? Get Jelly Roll on fucking commentary.
I think
'Cause he's
I think it's
fucking
kind of thing
great.
where like
Got
was it
heart.
was it AEW that did the entrance with Cody where he had the entourage and he kind of like it was a proper old boxer's entrance where like
Yep.
you recognize the faces around him. I think that would have been a better application for people like Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll in the end is the fact that like oh shit Jelly Roll's there, oh shit Pat McAfee is there, and then that's where the kind of story brews from there because it's ultimately the fact that like WWE is your product. These wrestlers are your stars. Put them forward. Don't put these lads forward. And I think again, it goes back to that
Yes.
argument of like of TKO
Yes.
not looking objectively looking at the people that they are hired to do the wrestling for them and go, I don't like them. Do you know what? Let's get my own person in there. You know?
But like to a
John
degree
Cena
as
got
well,
a
it's
go on
the
Adrian.
misplacement. It's the
Yes.
misplacement of it. It made no sense for Pat McAfee to be there because he had no history with these people.
Yes.
If Pat
Absolutely. Yeah.
McAfee had shown up, if they needed Pat McAfee at Mania, and he showed up in Seth Rollins' corner saying, "Do you know what? Gunther's an asshole. I had a thing with him last year. Brah, shake fist." At least it would have made sense.
Yeah.
At least there was some reason for him to be the person standing there talking about it.
Yeah, but you're not
Yeah.
allowed. You're not allowed to think, Jamie. You're supposed to just give them their money and shut up.
We're
That's what we're
we are
supposed to
consumers.
do.
That's all we are. We are consumers and we're not allowed to think. That
We
is
were we were fans. Then we were a universe. Now we're just an ATM.
yeah.
That's all we are. That's what it feels like. And
Although arguably at a time where the fans have never been spending less.
Hmm.
Like they're getting more out of people going to the buildings, but like I had a Netflix account anyway.
Yeah.
It
Again,
has
I
the
don't think
nothing
there's
model,
to
any
the
do with
actual
major
wrestling.
that's
incentive.
actually fucking brilliant. The
Yeah.
financial model does not behoove keeping us. Even the like terrestrial television, standard fucking broadcast television was like, Jesus, we better get them back for the fucking quarter hour because we need them
Yeah.
at the fucking 9 o'clock hour because Coronation Street's over and we better make sure that our star is there at 9 o'clock and
Yeah.
singing and doing the best thing they can do and looking like a badass. It's just not there. It's not there.
Well,
It,
there's no benefit to going to do a live WWE show anymore. Like that's the other aspect of it is the fact that like you are
Well,
like this WrestleMania. Well, again, I know you're different because you went to Clash in Paris and you actually got again go by the percentage of wrestling that you watched on that show. How did you go across the 50% mark of wrestling if you ran the numbers? Because I guarantee you WrestleMania night one was 25%. And that is nowhere near good enough if you paid 4 or 5 figures for a ringside seat, and what you're getting is more advertisements than
yeah.
you are wrestling. That
haven't
is
seen it.
unacceptable. That is not good enough for your own product. Where again, wrestling is the thing that you are advertising. It is not the adverts.
I
Wrestling
I would
goes with
also
it.
I would also argue that if we at home were getting the ads, if at least the people in the arena were getting something different.
Yeah.
If there
No,
was
no,
something
But they're not.
exclusive to the live show,
I,
Yeah.
they'd have an
I have
argument
to
there.
point this out. They don't.
Oh no, they
Um,
definitely don't. But
they don't.
if they did, it could justify the ticket prices.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
you don't even like again. It was Paris, so it was a bit different. It's not the same level as a Mania, but you don't really notice it. It seems to fly by a bit quicker,
Yeah, you're buzzing
depending
when you're
on.
chatting. There's atmosphere.
Well, it's not even that. It depends on who they have. Like, because that wouldn't happen at Mania, right? You're not going to get a jobber entrance at Mania, essentially. Like
Yeah.
for all intents,
You
you're
go
not
with
getting a
Dragon
jobber
Lee
entrance.
and Rusev.
Well, fine for the two of them.
Yeah.
That's a shame. But you're
Especially
not going to get
Dragon Lee, he put effort in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
so
you
like
see
you're
it?
not usually going to get jobber entrances, but at Clash of Paris and the Raw following it, and the taping on main event before that,
Mm.
you did have some wrestlers in the ring kind of fucking about. They may have done some stuff to kind of get the crowd into it. It's a bit different. I think I hopefully will experience Mania once in my life. I don't think I'll ever drag Chloe to it because I barely even get her to go to New York. No matter fucking WrestleMania for a weekend, she might actually break up with me. But if I do it, I don't think you'd notice it because you can just fuck off out for a drink. You're like, okay, I know when that's coming up. I'm gonna fuck off for a drink. That's what I did every time it happened in Paris. I either got a
You're
drink,
not.
or I looked at the merch, or I went to the bathroom, or something.
But there's
You
there's
don't even
but
notice
there's financial commitment. You're flying on a fucking plane. It has to be good. That's like showing up on your wedding day and phoning it in. You know, like you're
Yeah,
gonna put
true.
you're
Yeah.
gonna put the fucking effort in because you paid for that fucking corsage. Like
Yeah.
But
you just
that's
have
also a
your
really grim outlook. Because you just said every time you saw that this kind of ad segment was coming up, you went and spent money, which
Yeah. And
Oh,
I had,
the
yeah, that's actually a good
nail,
point, actually.
the
Yeah, you
nail,
avoid adverts
Yeah.
so
the
much, you spend
nail
money.
has
Yeah.
been hit on
yeah.
the fucking head. Wow. Just be so annoying that you'll run anywhere to get away from it. And retail therapy is the best fucking option when you're gonna spend what, $50 on a fucking t-shirt? And an itchy fucking t-shirt at that.
No, WWE t-shirts are much better. AEW's got some itchy t-shirts. God damn, I can't wear the AEW tops I have
I've
anymore.
made some, yeah, but that's just because you're fucking religiously fucking abhorrent. You can't do it. I'm sure David loved the AW t-shirts.
It's just different allergies is the thing. It's when you
There's
it's
something
the exposure
I've
therapy.
thoroughly. It's like you have to like it because you're paying for it. And we're
Yeah,
not paying for it, so we get to sit back, as is the evident by everyone watching this right now. It's on YouTube. No one gives a fuck. People are choosing to watch this. Hi, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a nice time. But like the two main events, right? So we talked a bit about Cody and a bit about Randy and how crap that was, and then you take the other side of it with Punk and Reigns. And I really want this to be the Marvel Cinematic Universe equivalent of Iron Man, where they're like, right, there it is. That's what we chase. That's what we're going to walk
Yeah.
around. That's what we're going to do. That's why the DC the first DC fucking Snyderverse didn't fucking work because they didn't pivot around Wonder Woman because that was interesting.
yeah,
And now they're like, right, well, Superman kind of hit with the new DCU and we're going to fucking work around that. I see there's tone. Everything has to be tone. Everything's tone and authorship, right? So Punk brings Punk. Reigns brings Reigns. I honestly was fucking terrified of how it was going to go. And those boys,
I
they
did
fucking
I
cooked.
went onto Twitter straight away when I woke up because I was a little bit like, please don't say it's shit. I was really terrified.
But
And
that's your first mistake going on Twitter.
no,
But yeah.
no, but like because I was just like I thought the right pages that I have will
True.
praise if it's good. There's other pages that are just shitting it just because it's Punk.
No, I like having my own opinions, you see.
No, but like I mean, it's set, but that match was so universally loved on Twitter. I was terrified it wasn't going to be that good when I got home. I was like, oh shit, I'm getting my
That's
hopes up a
actually
lot
that
here.
but that's fascinating because so much of what we hear, I've blocked Square Circle on fucking Reddit. I've stayed away from most fucking wrestling discourse because it was ruining it for me. Other people's opinions
Yeah,
were ruining my enjoyment and my opinion. I will give out about what I gave out about, and I, quite frankly, don't give a fuck what anyone else has to say. I'm basically like Triple H. It doesn't matter to me what anyone else thinks. There are people who I enjoy seeing them voice their opinions. Again, hi everyone watching, but it's something that I just love discourse. I love seeing people chat. I love rhetoric. I love the human voice as an instrument. That's my favourite fucking thing on the planet, apart from the crisps I can't eat anymore. It's something that I love. I love seeing people give a fuck about something. I would take every single wrestling YouTuber and have them dine on a diet of only tiddlywinks competitions, and I'd still fucking love it. Because people give a fuck. And it just feels like we're being told what to give a fuck about
yeah.
when the
yeah,
greatest moments in recent memory have been born out of natural fanfare. Even go back to WrestleMania 35, Kofi Mania, and the Women's Revolution, and then move on from that. We are the tone setters. We could, if we all wanted to, the IWC all at once could send every fucking tweet, every Instagram, every Facebook, every fucking Reddit post all at once and say, book Akira Tozawa. And he'd get booked.
Mm.
We have that power. We are the audience. We are the paying public. They don't call the fucking shots. Get them fucking, is there a fucking sniper? We hold all the fucking power. Like, it's us. We're the voters. We're the public. We own them.
I think it
Like,
says a lot about this WrestleMania is that genuinely we've been so dissatisfied with certain elements of it that we're asking for a peasants' revolt. And
that's
that
fucking,
says so much about like where they're kind of going wrong. It's like maybe you're kind of missing the whole again.
but the
It always goes back
diff.
to the question of what the actual who actually watches wrestling anymore, who's the core audience they're chasing. WrestleMania shops in a totally different market to the rest of us, and it's
Mm.
just a little bit disillusionary when you kind of see that this kind of show isn't for us anymore. So that you actually go
Who
out to
the
try and find your own
I,
wrestling
I
again.
want to know. There's every single analytics team and every single like data mining company will always personify their audience. I want to
Yeah.
see this homunculus. I want to see it. I want to see TKO's Frankenstein. I really
Mm.
want to see who the fuck they want
I
because
think
it's
ultimately
not.
it's someone like they want basically just what I'm guessing it's like was like age bracket now that must be like okay must be like 35 to 40 but also like mad at the TikTok and Instagram
You
to the
still
extent where
think
you
it's
know who these
age?
people are and like clearly you have to be right wing because otherwise
Nah, it's
you like
money.
I'm sorry but I another one of my negatives was that like Tony Hinchcliffe is
Money.
still alive.
But it's
Um
money. All they
yeah
want is people with money.
yeah
To fucking paraphrase John Mulaney, give us your money.
yeah
I don't give a fuck. Give me your money.
Yeah.
That's all. That's it. That's all it is. Give us your fucking money, and we'll let you lick a wrestler. We'll let you remember what a wrestler looked like.
Yeah, exactly. You get to have seen like 5 seconds of them, or in a case where like the girls in the women's tag team match, they get like about 10 seconds in the ring, and then they kind of have to
And
powder out, and then that's it.
quite the commodity in WWE is the women. Because if OnlyFans has taught us anything, a gooner will pay. And
And
I'm
he
not
did.
saying to go into full on fucking, pornography, but they have, respectfully, the most athletic, aesthetically pleasing, talented, charismatic, beautiful human beings on the fucking planet. And they got 6 minutes? Are yous fucking mental? Are yous mental? How easy it could be. Pop culture is driven by one fucking metric.
Mm.
Girls.
That
Girls
I will say here, just for the
rule pop
record, the
culture.
longest like women's match on the card over the 2 nights was Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill, and that was exactly 10 minutes. Everything, all the men's matches, with exception to the 6-man tag match and Obafemi Lesnar, were over 10 minutes.
And you
Um,
cannot fucking tell me, and all fucking respect to the fucking to the purple and blue flag within my heart, as is fucking evident. I visual representation on my body right now for all fucking colours and desirables. Obafemi and Brock Lesnar are nothing to look at compared to Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. To fuck. Are you mental? Are you fucking crazy? Hunky as they are. I want to see the
Beefy
fucking
men.
stats. I want to see fucking Family Feud, Family fucking Fortune. We asked 100 people who's better looking. It's not fucking Lesnar and Oba. No fucking way.
but again, it goes back to that kind of carnival aspect of it. Like you've just seen two monsters like devour each other for 5 minutes. It was like, yeah, I'll buy that for $1. And again, this is probably one of the best matches over the whole 2 nights
It
because
was.
all it was going to be was just bombs being dropped for 5 minutes, and
Well,
that's
look,
all it needed to be.
to quote the ancient text by the great prophet Big E, big meaty men slapping meat. Yes. But that's not
Mm.
where the industry fucking is. The industry is now claiming to be pop culture. Pop culture is driven by one fan base, and that is pre-teen and teenage girls. Across all fucking mediums. Movies, television, music. Girls rule the fucking world when it comes to media consumption and tone setting, because what the girls like, the boys will like, and whom wants to be with them others, single fucking metric driving forward. Basically what I'm saying is WWE needs to cater to lesbians. And we'll all live happily ever after. because
I mean, I can't find it. I can't think of a better note to end WrestleMania's review on. That, to be honest with you, let's. There you go. I think that
just
is a
out of all
clemency there for
celebrities,
Guinness.
out of all celebrities I have ever wanted to see are TikTok influencers. That fucking lumberjack woman who chops wood with swords. She's fucking great.
To be
Fuck
fair, her
her.
and Rhea Ripley would make a one per team. To be fair, that could actually work. Yeah.
I just to end it there as well. I totally agree that the women are much better to look at.
Sorry, I just said I totally agree. We need more lesbians.
Yeah.
We
Hooray for
need more,
lesbians.
we need more lesbian pollen in wrestling.
I agree.
Yes.
That's definitely sexist to me. Thank God this podcast isn't like shown by like 1,000 people, thousands and thousands of Americans, because I'll be cancelled tomorrow. But yeah, you're right. I don't think he's wrong there. As great as Obafemi and Brock Lesnar was, you do need sex appeal, because if you don't have the sex appeal, it's just not there, is it? You'd lose a lot of your audience if the sex appeal isn't there.
That's all
Even though it is
wrestling
wrestling.
Everyone's in
Wrestling
their
is sex
jocks
appeal,
and
both men and
oiled
women.
up.
Yeah, it is.
To be
Like,
fair,
'cause-
even like away from that, they like are capable of having good matches.
Yeah.
If they're given
That's the
time.
best thing.
They
right?
were not
You'll
given.
watch Rhea Ripley because she's stunning, and then you go, oh fuck, she's actually really good as well. Like that'll get more people into wrestling, like because the divas in the mid to late 2000s. It was like, oh, Eva Mendes is on.
But as has
She
been,
can't fucking do anything.
But even then,
She's
like if you
good.
could give the women time and effort in the division, you would have little girls wanting to be wrestlers in their own right. You'd
Yep.
never mind the sex
Overnight.
appeal, it'd just be a thing.
overnight.
I watched. A perfect personification of that, right, is Zoe found out of nowhere found a band who did a song on China, about how she's not in the Hall of Fame recently. So I went. There was recently a documentary a couple of years ago about China in her last 6 months that she was alive, and we watched them. And at the time when I started watching wrestling, she had just come out of the DX thing. So she was just building up. I think she was in with the Eddie Guerrero thing. And I was like, she looks cool. I remember as a kid going, she looks fucking class. And she was also very good as a wrestler.
Yeah.
So, no, she was. She was. But for what she was, I would never go in there saying she wasn't, like, as I look back at it now, with the brain that I have now,
True.
I would never go back and go that she was, she was injured people or she wasn't an Ahmed Johnson. She was stunning to look at because
She was
completely
presented
different than
well.
everything else.
Yes.
Yes.
But that's wrestling. Hide the
Wrestling
weaknesses.
presentation.
Present them well. For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
It's wrestling.
Exactly.
Wrestling.
Yeah. All right then. So with that, then we're going to leave this segment of the WrestleMania review back, but we will be coming back to WrestleMania shortly with a little few alternate takes. More on that in a minute.
Ooh.
But let's get onto our top graps list and see how the top 10 has changed. So, obviously, with 2 nights of WrestleMania in the bag and all the other bits in between, again, depending on how we've recorded this, we've obviously are doing this on a Tuesday, so we've had a little bit, possibly time to digest Raw after Mania. You haven't missed much, lads. I'll be fucking honest with you. But it's not the force it used to be. But here's your top graps list nonetheless, and we can discuss on how much it has changed over the weekend. So, in ascending order, starting off is number 10, Liv Morgan. Number 9, Jacob Fatu. Number 8, Drew McIntyre. Number 7, Finn Balor. Number 6, El Grande Americano. Number 5, Randy Orton. Number 4, Gunther. Number 3, Danhausen. Number 2, CM Punk. And number 1, Obafemi. So, we'll start off what we normally do is trying to suggest some names to take on or off the list. Right. So who has peaked who do you think has gone well?
Because it's Mania. Because it's Mania, can we get rid of 3 people?
I think we'll go. I think we'll go with a double. We'll go with 2.
Grand.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Right. You up to yourselves, lads. I have 3. Orton, McIntyre, and Fatu. In the bin.
I'd keep Fat. I would keep Fatu because I think for his first Mania and his first singles match, he did.
That was you know what? Only for the entrance alone, and I got to fucking pop for Contra, and Sarah went, "That's a really cool mask." and he looked like he was enjoying it. Fair, yeah. You know
He
what?
did. He looked very emotional as well.
Yeah.
Just before
I
he
would
came
I
out,
would
he looked like he
definitely.
was about to cry. He looked
I
very,
definitely
very
agree
emotional.
with McIntyre anyway. I think McIntyre is obviously going to be like going for a little character, like presumably going for a little reset or something, perhaps switching brands maybe. So I think he might be just on a little bit parked up for
Chap
a
needs a
while.
fucking body wax and a fucking
Supposedly, there's a
haircut.
movie in his very near future.
Yeah,
He's currently filming. He's actually currently WrestleMania actually cut into his filming of Highlander. They had already started filming
Fucking
Highlander,
show.
so he's out anyway
Interesting.
for maybe 6 or 7 weeks, 2 months. So
Yeah.
Gets done. Like he could be something really fucking interesting because he's so
I'm
fucking captivating. He's so
bored of him.
entertaining and he's jacked. Like what the fuck?
I'm kind of bored of him.
Yeah,
There's
no, I
something
am,
about him.
and I
where
love
I'm
him.
just like he peaked the shit that he does. He peaked with Punk, and he
I mean,
hasn't
everybody.
really
Here's the
hit.
thing: everybody fucking peaks with Punk.
Well, yes, true, but for him specifically,
The CM
I
Punk
think
vortex strikes
would
again.
it would it be the worst thing if he kind of just fucked off until SummerSlam?
I
I
mean, I
really
want
don't
him
think
to
it's a
keep
bad
getting
thing for him
fucking
at all. I
payday.
think it's a good time to do it now because he's after putting Jacob Fatu over, and Fatu immediately repelled into a potential feud with Roman Reigns, which I think is
Yeah.
excellent. I think that's a good time to do it because again, there's no major chance of Fatu like dethroning Reigns in a sense.
No,
well,
not at all. But
actually,
put in a good match with him, I think.
you put in a good match with him, absolutely. But like I said, it'd be a case of like that's your kind of like your benchmark in a sense. You know
Right,
how
so
far.
Drew's out. We all agree Drew's out, yeah.
I think Drew's out, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grant is Reigns on the list? Don't think he is.
In terms of going on, well, again, that's something we can discuss as well. It's like out of all the championship changes, what's the one that's intriguing us the most? Is it the fact that we have a new Roman Reigns? Is there again we gotta have to probably take a couple of weeks to stew over where things are going in terms of Reigns, but is there an indication? Is there intrigue enough in terms of him being champion again, presumably being on Raw now instead of SmackDown? Is there something to be said that this character might be going somewhere, or is it just going to be more of the same?
I think you're gonna have to give it about a month. You're gonna have to give it. Do you know what? I think you probably have to give it after the Fatu storyline
Yeah.
to
Can
really.
Not to put my fantasy booking hat on, but it feels like the places or the pieces are falling in place for over the next few months. A return to the bloodline. He beats Fatu. Fatu acknowledges him. You have a four-man team, and we end up with Bloodline versus Vision, with the long-term goal being Roman putting over Braun Breaker.
That's a terrible fucking
Fatu
sentence, Jamie. I'm very disappointed.
anywhere near
That was
the bloodline.
terrible. Because it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Fatu being for Bronson Reed, Usos against the boys.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone has a counterpoint.
And I
Seasonal
despair.
fucking wrestling as coined by Jonathan. So yeah, is Reigns on our list currently?
I had not intended for Reigns to be a part of my top 10. And again, this is me just like absolutely not buying into the bloodline stuff over the last few years. It just hasn't. It just doesn't get my receptor. It's not for me.
Like him and Punk had the best match of WrestleMania.
Yeah, that is a fair point. In fairness, yeah,
just has to be there.
One of the better WWE matches in recent years.
Yeah,
it's his. I think it's probably his best main event overall. I don't. I think you could possibly make an argument for last year's one, but I think overall
was good.
But
nice.
The thing with Roman, or the thing with fucking Mania main events in the last several years, has been the amount of shenanigans and balderall and bullshit that they throw in.
That's helped it, I think, with Reigns because he's had so much shite added onto it that it was just him and Punk, and it was two lads that fucking hated each other.
Straight wrestling match.
Yeah. I do the ending.
Yeah, I do the ending. And the new entry, then, I think that's only fair.
My heart rate went up when Punk hit me the balls. I hit the GTS. I knew I was going to win, and I still was like, "Oh god!"
But that was like I didn't think I have to park the DQ argument that I thought they fucked it there. I genuinely I thought it wasn't for DQ bold. No, I know they're going to let it run.
What referee is going to end the main event of WrestleMania 10 minutes in on a disqualification?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, they did call on commentary that it's
they just would have done a restart. Triple H would run out, break his quads, and they would have restarted. The end. As is tradition.
As is tradition,
When
yes.
someone fucks up a main event of a pay-per-view. So
Okay,
yeah, look,
so,
Reigns has
we're going with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is
Hang
one
on,
of our new
just
entries, so it's true.
other contenders for to go on, because I do
Yes.
think there's several from the weekend. Braun Breaker,
Nah, fuck him. Don't like him.
the speed that he came down the ramp.
Took
It
him
was
ages.
just a
was
shame
a
that the
spectacle.
spare was crap.
The two of them. The two of them are fucking. Well, that wasn't his fault. That was Seth.
It was both. Yeah. To be fair,
I think Rollins had a pretty
And
pretty poor
to be
weekend
honestly,
in
it
the
was
end.
camera angle as well. Did him
Yeah.
dirty.
Yeah.
Great match, though. I thought
Yeah.
Gunther and Rollins was excellent.
I enjoyed it. It was
Yeah,
definitely
it was
by
the
far
best
and away
match
the
of
best
the
match on
night.
night
Very
one by a country mile.
Look,
And
I've
yeah.
strong opinions about Rollins. And even I went, go on, Seth. A bit of me went, go on, Seth. Give him,
Yeah.
go on, hit him again. To fuck, go on, yeah, boy.
Yeah.
You got me. You did get me, and I was delighted. And that entrance was fucking deadly. He looked like fucking Percy from fucking from Critical Role.
Again, it's one of those ones where like I'm actually rather enjoying this more toned down Rollins, like the whole,
far
like
more.
I said, like the
More Colby,
verbosity in
please.
his outfits, just
More
toned it down a
Colby,
bit and just keeping the black
less
is
Seth.
it's suiting them. Yeah,
Colby is a fucking
Yeah.
diametrically fucking cool dude, and he should just
Yeah.
be more himself for fuck's sake.
Is there a conversation to be had about Rhea Ripley now that she's back being champion? Because I think the question I think is going to be for Rhea is that like who's actually going to be able to step up to her? Because I think she's going to have a distinct lack of challengers, especially on SmackDown at the moment. So people either
I'm
go
really
up to her level or
interested
she
in
goes
the
down
fact.
to theirs.
I'm really interested in the fact that Io Sky is going to break her heart, and it's going to be great. There was a little pat on the head, and Io kind of shot a look, and I'm like, oh, is that it? That's going to be fucking great.
There
That's
was a
what
quite
I-
little interesting little seed planted between Liv and Rhea as well, now that they're both champions. That was a quite interesting little dynamic too.
I get the impression from Raw, from the few angles that I have seen, that there was a lot of like long-term setup.
Yes, very much so.
I don't think we're going to see this Rhea stuff pay off anytime soon. Similarly, I think
And-
Cody and Punk is our next Mania main event.
That's what I read. I read that as well. So like, it's either are we presuming Cody's going to go the full year? I doubt it. There'll probably be a title change in between. Maybe this will be the one where Randy wins it for a few months and Cody gets it back.
Fuck him, bring back
But-
Kevin Owens, ruin everything,
Well, again, that's
and he
also
can
an
beat up
option
Rhea
as well,
Ripley
isn't
as well. God, I love
Yeah.
Kevin Owens.
By the way, I think this is now the time over the next year. Slowly burn it, slowly make him get a little bit more unhinged. Kicking the head can be the start of it. I think at this point, if you're going to go with Punk and Cody the next main event, do not turn Punk heel, turn Cody heel.
I think Cody heel is the right answer there. Yeah, definitely. And again, there's a year.
I think he has one more year left in him where he can try and get some more juice out of this fucking dead lemon. But if you go corporate Punk, that could be fucking great.
Could be tasty.
Corporate Punk
Good.
would be very fun, and I do agree with that. Do you know what they should do? Reimagine the Mega Powers.
Oh wow!
Wow, now I like
I was
that.
never mad on the 2-man power trip thing, but if
But
anybody
reimagine the Mega Powers, if Punk is getting a bit of a beatdown, have Cody save him. Like change it a little bit. Don't put the tag belts on him. Maybe avoid that, but have them save each other from time to time. Have Punk in Cody's corner for one, maybe Cody in Punk's corner for one. Just like do it up, and eventually it blows up around the Rumble.
I'd like if they had a young boy in between the two of them. Kind of just.
Yeah.
Don't you fucking
But I
look at
don't
me
know.
like that. You know exactly what I fucking mean. If they had a trainee, an NXT talent that could.
It's Ricky
come
Saints,
up.
surely, isn't it?
Yeah,
Ricky Saints, yeah. So
Both Punk and
yeah.
Cody, yeah.
But like if there was
there's your answer
someone.
there, yeah.
I'd like to. I keep fucking harping on about NXT talent, and I just don't see the line, the production line just isn't really.
Well,
saying that
on that
Fuse
point,
NXT
actually, on that
representative.
point, Brian, there is one name I want to throw into the hat here for our top list, and I think it is possibly the better of the three call-ups to Raw this week, and that would be Sol Ruka. I think
she hit.
excellent cameo match into her into what she is on Raw. Like a babyface promo, like, you know, waffling the whole off Liv Morgan and then actually giving her a genuinely good match. And again, the stuff that like she does is in a way Osprey-esque, but also like done so much better than Osprey in a sense, where like the flippy stuff actually kind of works for her because she's so long.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of way, and she
She
does
is
it
a
so
very
slowly
long
and
woman.
smoothly.
Not a leg
Yeah.
there. Not a
Yeah, a
leg
lot of leg
there.
there. And again, I think there's a conversation to be had there that maybe she's
She's
that
like Diva.
injection of like interesting into a Raw Women's division that might be needing a little bit less
Yeah.
Judgment Day and a little bit more fucking everything else. You
Hmm.
know.
Mm.
So
She's the
I'll put
evolved.
Sol
She's the
Ruka
evolved.
as my candidate there for the second
Sol
call up.
Ruka is the evolved form of Stacy Keibler.
100%. But it's
Fair
like the
enough.
wrestler version of Lillian Garcia because she's a spitting image of her.
True, actually. Yeah.
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 Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So where are we at? Where are we at list
Well, on the
wise?
subject of women, I think it's only fair that Paige get a mention.
Yeah.
Paige
Be
got in on the
still
wrong
my
match.
temple bar beating heart.
Yeah. I think
like,
Paige was destined for that Intercontinental title match and then got lumped in with Brie and now is babysitting the Bella, which is I don't think the best really
crazy. Yeah.
for her.
Well, that has its angle, and then I just want to see her and AJ fucking go at it.
I think that's where it's going, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like that's ultimately where it's going to go. Yeah.
I'm presuming this is going to end with Paige and the Bellas having a falling out.
Yeah,
Each have one tag belt. Nikki and Brie against Paige and AJ.
Could they get a Bella each? That'd be
In the
hilarious.
Hopefully not.
Maybe. Yeah.
Just
The
line them
less
up like
the
chihuahuas.
less Bellas, the better, in my opinion.
I like. By the way, Paige coming back was great because, but I will disagree. I don't think AJ is going to be around a lot.
Oh fuck no.
Oh no, this is more like we're talking like AJ Lee for
I mean,
Paige for SummerSlam or
I
something.
mean, in the sense of I have this pit of my stomach feeling she might not be there for quite some time.
Yeah,
like Survivor Series type sometime. I don't know what it is.
because she's shy.
No, it's don't fucking say that to me because
But she is. She's
no,
off the boil. She's slow. She's not committed to the fucking product. She's an amazing person, but she's.
I don't think. Do you know what I think the commitment to the product
like,
thing is?
Diva
I
quality.
think coming back, she hoped to
Yeah.
have the Punk feeling, and she hasn't exactly gotten it.
And she, by the way,
sparks are there, but the fire ain't.
She is fucked. She is fucked because she is not getting the booking that her talent is equal to.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
Her presentation, like I think she's shite because I've not seen her. I go, who the fuck? Who is she anyway? She's fucking.
But bear in mind, Becky Lynch was basically cutting promos against her reflection for the entire month, really.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And look, AJ Lee has so much fucking going for her that no one else is near her fucking orbit. Becky Lynch looked shit in comparison to her, but by right, she is so advanced of everybody. My brain just goes, she's the problem. AJ Lee's the problem because she's fucking miles ahead of everyone else. Just visually, she hurts me because it's a big ring and she's so much smaller. It just something in my brain just doesn't click. But she's just not. AJ Lee versus Rhea Ripley would be an all fucking timer of any fucking era. Would be fucking great.
Yeah, that's a fancy booking match, all right.
You need the booking. You need the booking to do it.
Okay, so going back to the top graphs list then. So I am willing to sign off on Randy Orton coming off the top 10, very much provisionally in a sense, where I think like I'm kind of assured they're gonna go back on track with Randy from the SmackDown onwards and maybe go lean into like plan A in a sense and go back to what they were initially going to do. But I'm happy just based off the back of this like convoluted ass like WrestleMania match that he's definitely off the list. He's gone off the boil completely.
Someone has to suffer for that fucking booking.
Yeah,
Randy,
absolutely.
in the bin.
So
it
Roman
is
Reigns,
genuinely
what is
impressive that WrestleMania went off the air with him standing tall on night one and off the list.
Yeah.
But again, it was damage limitation. Damage limitation was the name of the game there. So who is our second new entry then? So we've heard about we've most of the women here really. So we've got Paige, we've got Sol Ruka, we have Rhea Ripley. Do we have anyone else that we think is worthy of a new entry?
Considering once again in the vein of AJ going on, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I mean, like he's got a bit of a buzz, and we still don't know if it's genuine or not. They definitely made it sound more ambiguous than it was. So perhaps
after the little video package they did on Raw, I would probably agree. I think maybe he's done.
Oh yeah, he got over. Trick Williams, whack him on.
Trick Williams is not a bad shout either.
Whack him on.
By the way, I completely disagree with Over Femi winning the title at any point before WrestleMania next year. completely
fuck no,
disagree.
he ain't that boy ain't ready.
Because
That boy ain't
Dave
ready.
is just like, oh, they're going to give him the belt to SummerSlam. No, they give him if anyone's getting the belt to SummerSlam, it's Finn. Fuck me.
Oh
Oba is an
man, I
absolutely
wish.
Oba's in absolutely no rush for that belt. That's absolutely true. Okay, so final word then. Who is our second new entry? So
I think you
Alan
put Finn in there. I think
Finn
after
is
the weekend
Finn's
he's
already
had
on
to
the
get.
list. Finn's already on
Oh,
the
Finn's
list.
already in the list. Oh, I have no other. I have no other.
Trick
I
Willie.
have not noticed.
Back him on there. Boy's a
Do it.
fucking star. Prove me wrong. He proved me wrong. Back him on.
I can sign off with Trick Williams. I'm happy to go Trick Williams. What do you think, Jamie? You're the deciding vote.
Yeah.
Okay,
Someone
we'll go with
else.
that then.
Like, I mean, look at that. I would ideally should have been someone out of the ladder match. But
Rusev was definitely on my radar as well. Like they're doing something with Rusev, and it looks like we're getting Penta Rusev at Backlash, which I think is quite tasty. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh,
That would be good.
as
That
well
would be
as
good.
well
Again,
as well the topic of beefy men slapping
I
off.
would
Yeah.
argue.
There are two big beefy men.
I would argue either Trick Williams or Javon Evans. One of them boys.
Javon is a good showing. I think with because Trick Williams now is belt has the US belt. I think that sets up him and Carmelo quite well. So yeah, I think we'll go with that then. So so in terms of ordering then, I think just based off that then, I think maybe Trick might be bottom 5 of our list. We say like from 6th to 10th downwards. What do we reckon? Where do we reckon he'd be living on our list? We can kind of set him up then that way.
I'd say whack him. Look, steady entry, whack him in.
Who were the other 8 again?
I'd say whack him in at 10.
So if we're going from 6 to 10, El Grande, Americano, Finn Balor, Drew, Jacob, and Liv is currently our
Drew's gone.
bottom 5. Drew's gone, of course, yeah. So we could slot him back in now. Again, Roman's going to be on this list as well.
I would absolutely fucking move Liv up because I really enjoyed that match with Stephanie Vaquer. But I don't know. Some people are insane.
I didn't, and the reason
I thought it was
didn't
too
is
short,
Why?
but
I think
Yeah.
maybe it was too short. It seemed like they gave him 6 minutes to go. We have to title change now. Go on
Yeah,
up there and
that's
do-
how it
No,
felt
do-
like
do-
to me, yeah.
Do the title change there and we'll be on done and dusted. Go on.
I'm
the
very
caveat to that is I have seen a report. Apparently, it was kept short because they're both hurt.
Yeah,
And
that
they
was
didn't want to
evidence. Like, in
exasperate.
fairness, like,
Liv
that was
is
evidence,
definitely
yeah.
fucking hurt. She
Well,
is
yeah.
fucked.
Yeah.
I am very glad she got to do that entrance, though, so she got something memorable out of her Mania title win.
Yeah, that's true. Okay then. So are we first of all let's go to the top of this. Are we happy that Oba is still number 1?
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be a mark and say no, Punk.
Well, I can
That
argue.
should be
I could
number
definitely
one.
see Punk.
Mainly down
Punk
to
would
the
be
fact
number 2
that
still.
no, I will
Swap,
put
swap
number
Punk and
1.
Oba.
Yeah, because and the main reason being is
If
that
Punk
this
had
was Punk's
won-
first main event,
Yeah.
and it was his first main event. He rose to the occasion. He made that match feel special, much more special. I don't.
Look,
think, I think
I'll-
if Reigns faces anybody else, it
I'll
doesn't
rip-
work.
Aaron,
Reigns facing
only today did I attempt to fucking rip the piss out of you about Punk, and right now I can canonically say Punk saved as much of WrestleMania as he could.
Yeah.
And he deserves the flowers. No bullshit, no memeing, no healing. Straight in, number 1, Punk. Agreed.
I think I'm agreeing with Aaron on this one. I think Punk can
Aaron,
definitely rightfully pick number
Aaron,
1 there on this one.
you did it. Daddy made it to number 1. Are you feeling good?
I'm
To be
happy
fair, he was
now.
number 1 2 weeks ago as well. Now, in fairness,
No, as I said as well out to Jonathan, before anybody else came in, I have certain wrestlers of barometer where I take your opinion seriously on wrestling. Right, one of them is Michaels, because apparently a lot of people out there think Michaels is crap. Get in the fucking bin. The other one is Angle, which I think is the universal
Oh,
thing.
you
Everyone
get to
fucking
fuck
knows
Kurt
Angle.
Angle all day
Yeah.
long.
I know the other one is CM Punk. You can dislike him all you want, and that's absolutely fine. He is an acquired taste for most people. That's fine, whatever. But if you ever sit there and tell me he's bad at what he does, get in the fucking pit of hell.
Aaron, Punk, all of them lads are from different schools. Punk is a Roddy Piper mold. So if
No,
you don't
I
like
know that,
Piper,
yeah.
you won't like Punk, and I do get that for some people as well.
No, I find if you don't like CM Punk, that's grand if you don't like him as a person or whatever the fuck. I'm not going to force you to fucking like him. But as a wrestler, you cannot come out of his last 3 since he joined back with WWE, since he joined back with AEW, and sit there and say he's a bad professional wrestler, because he certainly fucking is not. He may be a little bit slow on the feet now because he's
He's a-
47 years old.
He's a
But
bad
he's been
sport.
out of-
He's a bad sports entertainer. He's a fucking great wrestler.
I
think
think
it's fair
he's
to
a
say.
great sports entertainer.
No, he's a fucking terrible sports entertainer.
He's a
He's a wrestler.
fantastic sports
He's a
entertainer.
wrestler. He is a wrestler. He talks about wrestling. He's not a sports. He rallied against sports entertainment, which is why we loved him.
Well, being
Well,
one.
No,
Well, yeah. Yeah, again,
Wrestler.
it's wearing the skin of the enemy is why he's very good at doing.
wrestler.
Anyway, so we're happy with Obafemi being second anyway. I think that's a reasonable
Yes.
discussion.
That's a
Yes.
fucking
Who-
tough. That's a tough call.
Who is third? Because I think Finn Balor might be a compelling argument for third.
Yeah.
How fucking dare you move Danhausen, you bastard.
Again, it's just based off the body of work. I mean, like Balor has brought back the demon character. He has had the big kind of flowers from the entrance. He gets his big win over Dominic, and it would seems to be getting a sequel now with Dominic as well for Backlash. But by all accounts, it looks like Finn is back in the kind of contender mold that he was meant to be in to begin with. Now, again, highly unlikely he's going to win the title off Reigns or at any time soon. But nothing to say that Balor might apply his craft on SmackDown and go again and go with completely different people.
Balor needs a SmackDown 6. That's what Balor needs.
Yep, I think that's absolutely fair.
Yeah.
So again, it's the discussion who is third place. Are we happy to keep Danhausen third, or are we dropping it down? What are we doing?
Yeah, I'd also argue that this week was a career highlight for him.
Yep,
Yeah.
then let's keep him
The
third. then.
segment with the
Yeah,
well,
he's-
no,
I can't argue against it.
Yeah,
there's a point to be made for it.
yeah. Okay, we'll keep him third then. So
But
who?
Balor-
So
Yeah. Go on, Fergal. Go on, you sexy
Apologies.
bastard.
But Balor did have the return of the demon and did get his canonical victory, which
Yeah.
That was a fucking set. Listen, they made fucking Drew and Fatu look tame. That was a good fucking match. That was solid.
Mm.
It was really well laid out. I said it to Sarah. I was like, why is this better? Because it's actually a match with weapons, not just weapons. I'm like, God damn, the girl knows what she's talking about.
well, by that
Why
logic,
murder?
then we put Jacob
Or
Fatu as
wrestling
fifth.
analysis. So
Yeah,
foursies.
Jacob Fatu is fifth.
Fifth,
Yeah.
yeah. So that would presumably now we're pushing Gunter down to sixth at the moment. Where are we putting Roman Reigns on this list? Now that we're into the bottom five.
eh,
much higher.
yeah, he has to be top. He has to be top 5. Has to be above fucking Fatu.
Then we put him fifth to fourth.
Okay.
So who's fourth again?
I was going to say I'd nearly interject him ahead of Danhausen.
I will fucking fight you. I will fucking fight you. He got his blimp. I'll fucking kill you.
He got
How
his
dare you.
Glenhausen. He did.
He got his blimp out. He did
No,
get his
yeah,
blimp.
no, genuinely, yeah, fucking move him. I love my spooky boy. I love him so much. But yeah, fucking
Right.
kick him around. Send him where you need him.
He
Alright,
can be
okay.
number one when he wins the human monies in the bank.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, no, fucking
Good
yeah.
God.
Get him out. Look, no,
Could you-
look. This is
could you
WrestleMania. Get him out.
Imagine.
Shove him down the line.
Could you
Go on.
imagine if he won Money in the Bank, expecting it to have money ready for him in a bank, and then he realizes, oh no, there's no money in it, and he just gives it away.
Just
The human
hands
money's
it.
in the bank.
He just hands it to Xavier Woods. There you go.
Oh god, that'd be fun.
I don't need this. Okay, so Roman Reigns third, Danhausen fourth, Balor fifth, Fatu sixth. So what we have left then on the list to decide is Andrade Americano, Liv Morgan, and Trick Williams and Gunther.
Oh God.
Liv, Gunter, Trick, Americano.
I agree.
Okay. Aaron, you happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's only fair as well, considering Americano didn't wrestle beyond the promo on Raw today. So that's absolutely fair. So, all right then. So our top graps list after a double dose of WrestleMania goodness is in ascending order: El Grande Americano, Trick Williams, Gunther, Liv Morgan, Jacob Fatu, Finn Balor, Danhausen, Roman Reigns, Obafemi, and CM Punk. Top of the list.
Yeah, that.
Delightful. Okay then. So for our this is technically the second half of our show, but it's going to be a lot quicker than the previous one, previous half. We're bringing back a segment, Jamie. You're going to really enjoy this one.
Oh,
Yeah, because I have been giving our lads some assignments to do because again we've had a lot of discussion about stuff that we didn't like off WrestleMania. Well, now lads, I'm giving you a chance to fucking change it. It's the Butterfly Suplex Effect.
And the name on the contract does say McMahon. However, the contract reads Shane.
Originally, we did a couple of roadblocks, but maybe
We're
Actual
back.
audible,
Wonderful.
actual audible gasps in the room. So, I got you lads to talk to me in terms of the stuff that you really, really did not like from this show, and you are now been given the platform. You are now been given the Booker's pen to fix it, to unfuck whatever mess was left behind from WrestleMania. Jamie, if you have one, I will take it here. If you don't, then we're happy to let these two lads fight for it, and we will be the judges.
Work away. Yeah,
Yeah,
give me a minute.
Grant?
Give me a minute.
Yeah. Okay, so it is going to be a competitive challenge. So the whole idea is that we're going to see if you can make a compelling argument for, as it were, a change on the card. So if you're able to convince the three of us on the call here that we've done that you've done better, then congratulations. We're going to just have to we're going to give you a pat on the back to say that you're better than fucking Robbie Roode or someone or whoever fucking booked it. So we're going to
So,
start off.
does the card have to remain the same, or
Well, ultimately, it is the start point and the end point are the same in a sense. So it is literally so the end point is so in the case of Aaron's, I'm going to go past Aaron's initially. So Aaron is going to rebook Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer. So
okay?
it's a case where the match is happening at WrestleMania regardless, and obviously the starting off point can be different, but I presume it's going to be the same. So it is
Okay.
literally how we got to that point and how does the match occur. Essentially, is the change. So it is literally a case like whichever way, whatever kind of final conclusion we had from this match, we're gonna try and do it better. Essentially, is what we're doing. So Aaron's gonna go with Vaquer versus Morgan, and Brian is gonna tackle Cody versus Randy for this challenge. So. So Jamie, if you're able to scribble down your notes in 15, 20 minutes, I will pass it to you at the end. So, Aaron, we'll start off with you then. Give us your edition of Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan.
Let's go, Scuzzy Bear.
Like I will be completely honest, this is all going to be on the fly, mainly down to the fact that I thought I was going to have a little bit more time to work for the last 2 days, and I did not. I fucking hate the general public.
Let's just
Insane.
pretend that TKO has made you book, Bonnie Blue or something in between. So now you have to try and backpedal or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jesus, of all people, Bonnie Blue.
Yeah.
Bonnie Blue Pants.
I think what this match suffered from more than anything was it was so obvious from start to finish. Not the match, the storyline in and of itself. There's not a moment there since she won the Rumble did you think she was not winning that belt. And it felt like that the whole thing fell flat because of it. I had no interest in it. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Liv Morgan. I don't think she's great. I think she's basically running off of her looks, which is not a bad thing, but so does Rhea Ripley to a point. She's much better in the ring. And I kind of always, no, I would say, I would agree. I would say that, to be quite honest, because Liv's momentum has ran not from how good she has wrestled in the last 2 years. It has ran off of everything else. It's lived off of moments, essentially. It was with Rhea, and then it was with Dom, and it's the whole thing with the Judgment Day. It's been this, that, or the other thing. I never felt once, anytime I was trying to keep up Raw, that I ever thought she's obviously not losing the fucking belt. She kind of gave away the ending during the week when she said all of her family was going to be there. I was like, just fuck the week here now. Because I know she's going to lose. I mean, I know she's going to win. I think that's where the issue came from that. I think that storyline would have been much better if she told the rest of the Judgment Day to piss off for fucking a few weeks and just focused on Liv. I know they kind of had Dom wasn't involved in it all that much for the last couple of months because he really had his own shit going on, being cursed and whatnot. So with that, you should have given him another 5 minutes in the ring. I think there should have been more given to the two of them because I think Vaquer is good enough that she could have carried her to a better match. The match just fell flat. The whole storyline fell flat. Nothing felt like it was. There wasn't enough jeopardy, I think, is the issue. Which is the biggest problem I have with that whole storyline. I hate when someone wins the Rumble and it becomes blatantly fucking obvious that they're going to win the title. Like Reigns won the Rumble, but there was a chat. We all kind of knew he was going to win it, but there was a chance through that whole storyline that maybe they're not. Well, maybe they are going to give it to.
So what are you changing there? So what kind of angles? What kind of angle are you throwing into this feud to make that change?
I would have done more on Vaquer being. I think they did this anyway. See, again, when I picked that match, I thought it was going to just be the match, and then you told me the fucking storyline leading up to it, and I was like, I can't back out now. I'm committed to the bit.
Yeah,
there should have been more laid on of the fact that Vaquer is the wrestler in this feud.
Yeah,
right, because she had been literally fucking everywhere before she went to WWE. She did the funniest thing ever when she went to AEW for 2 weeks and then pissed off at WWE when they offered her a contract. Funniest thing ever. Get your bag. Love it. The thing is that they didn't really do that as far as I'm aware. So it came across as two WWE wrestlers when it should have been, there's your world-renowned mass fucking technician, blah, 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 blah. And here's the WWE diva that just so happens to be able to be doing a good headlock. They would have helped with this. As I talk and I waffle and I say nothing while saying a lot, this would have been a nice time to put Natty Neidhart in the storyline. Have her train Liv to be more of a fighter through this whole thing. With that new gimmick that Natty Neidhart has. Put her in her corner, fucking have her be a fighter. Bitchy, cunty heel that I think that they missed. And that's my biggest issue with it. It just felt like, obviously she's going to win the belt. Vaquer just happens to be the champion. There was moments of, there's something there. Like when she pushed her and fucking nearly cracked her skull off of the other one side. And the battle scars were there during that match, but it just I don't know. I don't know what I would change specifically, but I think if you added Natty Neidhart into it to make her be a bit more of a bitch in the ring instead of just being a bitch, probably would have made that a little bit better. There was just something missing from it that didn't add in any jeopardy at all to any of the fucking storyline. I think that's my biggest issue with it. It was just, there was no jeopardy from start to finish. She won the Rumble. She was obviously going to win the fucking title. And there was never a feeling through the entire thing where I felt like Liv was ever going to lose. And that's not always a good thing.
Okay, fair enough. So again, ultimately you're kind of leaning into the wrestler versus sports entertainment kind of theme that we've had over the Mania. Yeah, okay.
Like Cody's second Rumble win, we all knew he was going to beat Reigns. Everyone and their mother knew he was going to beat Reigns. I could have asked my dad in the windowsill, he would have known he was going to beat Reigns. And he's currently dust a bit of dust there, right? He would have known he was going to beat it. But there was so much shit leading up to it, there was a little bit in your head going, imagine he didn't. I could see it. Would they do it?
Hmm.
I never got that in that entire storyline when I was watching the two girls at it in the entire thing. Did I ever think that Liv was going to lose? And I think that's probably my biggest issue with a lot of wrestling these days. Although we all know it's predetermined, it's too predetermined. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, that's fair enough.
that's mainly my biggest issue with it. Like the other main events, there was a point there where you thought maybe Rhea might lose her title match. Maybe Cody might lose his belt. Maybe Punk does retain. So you had all those other ones that had a little bit of jeopardy to it, but this match never had any jeopardy to it. It looked like the two of them really phoned it in at Mania. Once the bell rang. Beforehand, it didn't, because Liv had a lovely little entrance and it was great, and she had her moment and it was fantastic. And afterwards, it never felt like it was. It didn't get this prestige and this special feeling off it that I think a Royal Rumble winner against a world champion should get. Does that make sense? Or did
I see where you're going with it.
Too much.
I see where you're going with it, but I kind of see where you're going with it in the sense that, like, the story about Liv Morgan essentially becoming more, like, having to become more of a wrestler to take on the actual wrestler, Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I got
the
that. I get what you're saying with
that.
that.
The Judgment Day is dead and buried, right? I think there's going to come a point where Mysterio is going to eventually leave her, or she leaves Mysterio once he loses his other belt. I think that's the natural end to their whole fucking thing. And there was a chance there to reinvent have a new type of Liv going into the new year that so far they haven't really done. It's just the same thing. She's absolutely pretty to look at, and it's fine to lead into that, but it does nothing about her that makes me think that she could beat anyone in that company.
Yeah, okay.
Naturally.
But
if that makes sense.
As a heel, though, is that not kind of the point?
Yes, Born. I was waiting for that.
Because she is the Weasley kind of heel.
There's fine being Weasley, right? Born. Reigns was a Weasley heel to a point because he had because he had all of his family around him. Was there a single world title match over the course of his last 2 years where someone didn't interfere?
Fair.
I mean, the blood match is a thing, as it were. So
yeah, but you knew if Reigns had to do it by himself, which he did with Punk, he can beat anyone on his day. There's not really that feeling with Liv, and it feels very. Bleh.
Okay,
but that's
fair enough.
Oh yeah.
All right then.
But just to end it before and then I get told to shut the fuck up. To Jamie's point, heels still should look like they can beat anyone, no matter what underhanded shit they do from point A to point B. Hogan did a lot of underhanded shit when he was Hollywood Hulk Hogan in WCW. You still knew he could probably beat anyone in his day. The same with The Rock when he was with when he was doing the corporate thing. He had a lot of bullshit around him sometimes, but you always knew he was always going to beat him if it was a one-on-one straight up match. You feel like he could beat anyone.
Especially with Hogan, though, that was kind of how they kept it going for so long, was that they made it look like the babyface did actually beat him, except for the shenanigans and next time we'll get you.
Yeah, but you also knew if Hogan had to do a one-on-one match with anyone, it's Hulk Hogan. Of course, he's going to beat anyone. You think like that?
Like,
the character of Hulk Hogan.
For that kind of heel, though, the point of it is that they seem like they can't hang without the cheating. That's where the heat comes from.
I know, but when you're going into this type of match, you need to put that shit to the side. Especially when a character has never... She has her friends, but she's never really solidified herself as a top wrestler in that company. I think that's the issue. That's my biggest issue with Liv Morgan. She does seem to be there based off of her looks. That's like 90% of it. And the fact she's
I could argue she's based there because of her on-screen presence.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yes.
I don't know. Look, you're perfectly succinct in saying it. Your look and your presence. What's the fucking difference? It's just a different part of the sliced pan. But she every time she was on screen, you believed it. Every time she was sneaking in the background, she earned her spot in a different way. That doesn't really pay off in terms of a wrestling match. I fully hear what you're saying. But the idea that she got there because she was, for 2 years, the most compelling performer on screen. Every time she was on
Yeah,
screen, she was worth watching. And should that have transferred to in-ring work? Yeah, I can see it. I can definitely see your argument. You've had your Weetabix today, Aaron. You've made 2 good points. I'm very proud of you.
I've made 2 good points. I can
But,
end
like,
on a happy note. Now I will
undeniable.
mute myself. Now I will
Undeniable.
mute myself so I can shut the fuck up.
Right. Okay. So Brian, you're up next then. So give us your rendition of Cody versus Randy.
Cool. Right. Me first thing was Randy wasn't going to talk because we know where that fucking leads. And I was gonna do a thing where he comes out every week and he either stands in the ring or is on the Titantron and the bell rings 15 times to signify the 15th world title. And Cody tries to gauge him and goad him, and he just doesn't give it to Cody. He says, you have one more lesson to learn, and you'll learn it at WrestleMania. And he keeps it vague and he keeps it simple. And Cody can do his rah-rah and try to get under his skin and try and do all of that. And Randy's just too cool. And he just sits back and it builds very much like very much mirroring Cena. Because Cena's gone. AJ Styles is gone. He's the last of a generation, and he's got one trick left. And that's not to play into Cody's rah-rah, because he knows him better. He was his mentor. That was what I was going to do. But then I saw Aleister Black, and I just thought, that is what I want. I want spooky Aleister Black in Randy's ear. So, for this timeline, I'm saying Cody beats Drew at the Chamber. Randy wins the Chamber. And we have a 7-week run to Mania clean. Because in real time, there was 6 weeks run because Cody bet Drew. It was a bit convoluted. It's just like,
Yes.
it's cleaner, right? I just wanted that. I want you to have Drew to have a legitimate out, and he can play up into all of that, which could run him into Aleister Black at the end of all of this, right? For the new season. So, Randy wins, and on Raw, he walks in backstage, and you see him just mumbling to himself. You go back to him, proper Attitude Era, ruthless aggression storytelling of through the night. You just see him mumbling, and he's walking around, and he's just off, and he's off, and he's off. And he goes to the ring. He stands in the ring. And right as he goes to talk, lights out. And Aleister Black appears. Hand on the shoulder. And Randy looks to Aleister. And Aleister looks to Randy. Puts his finger over his mouth. Lights out. Nothing. Into week 2. Okay, now we know what's going on. Aleister Black has corrupted Randy Orton. He's been in his ear the whole time. We can play back a couple of clips where he's been in the background. Oh, he's been there the whole time. What a game changer. That he's been there and he's been subtly in Randy's ear. And it's just very much like Roman Reigns being the head of the table model. It gets revealed more and more the influence Aleister has had over Randy and at what point. So each week you get a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more where you see Randy leaving. And Cody, seeing this, wants his friend and his mentor. He wants the match with Randy Orton. And Aleister is taking that away from him. So much so that by week 3, the music is gone. He's not coming out to the same music. He's not hitting the pose. Randy is fully and truly just enthralled and either under a spell, spooky bullshit by Aleister Black. Or you can say psychologically tormented, or that he knows he can't be Cody and he's leaned into Aleister Black and he believes what Aleister Black is preaching. That he can't do it the way he used to. He has to do it a new way, my way. I'll bring you to the promised land, Randy. I'll give you the gold you seek. So into week 4, then into week 5. Now Cody turns to Aleister. And there was a lovely debut in AEW that we can parody. So we're into week 6 then. And Aleister just fucking lays Cody out. Like Cody giving it rah, rah, rah. Aleister, nothing. Black mass. Gone. Week 7. Randy may as well not even fucking be there. Talk about a TKO booking angle. Doesn't even need to be Randy. But Cody is begging Randy, please, do me one favor. Show me you're still there. And he hangs his head out for him to hit an RKO. Wants him to hit it. Wants to know Randy is still there. Randy just walks away. Nothing. Up the ramp. Aleister Black stands there. Randy with his back to Cody. Cody begging him to look at him. Randy walks away. Aleister Black is there. And then we're into Mania. Randy walks out, not himself. And Aleister Black is just the puppet master. He has taken away Cody's friend, his mentor, the person he has built his career around, the legacy of it all. And Cody just gets fucking murdered by Randy. Beats the ever-loving shit out of him. To the point where it's kind of ugly. I want to see like a proper OVW style beatdown. And just have him murder Cody. Wins. Suplex City style. And then Randy wins the title. Standing there at WrestleMania. But at what cost? Hands the belt to Aleister. And we end WrestleMania with Aleister Black holding the title that Randy has just won. To then go into the new season. Questions, etc., etc. And scene.
All right then, interesting. So we're certainly leaning into the kind of the perhaps was Plan A, perhaps was something else, but certainly leaning into the more kind of surrealist part of the Aleister Black character. And again, kind of gives him something to do as opposed to just being standing there being broody.
Caveat. Should have been carrying cross, but yeah.
Well, as you said, same character, same mold. So I think that's only fair. Jamie, have you got an angle for us, or would you like to be judge in this one?
The only one I'd even touch would be Randy and Cody. So for the sake of not repeating or stepping on toes, yeah, let's judge.
Yeah, okay then. So Liv and Stephanie, were you inclined to agree with Aaron's alternate take, or were you happy with what we had in our prime timeline, as it were?
Oh, I definitely wasn't happy with what we got, but a lot of that came down to the booking and the timing. Don't disagree, and Aaron, I do apologize. I'm always a very argumentative prick on these things. So apologies. I think you're a lovely person. You have good ideas.
Just not as good as mine.
Yours turned into fucking ASMR there at some point. With
I would fully admit I turned off the camera and the audio so I could run to the bathroom, and I was still listening to him. I was going, fuck, great, that's so much better.
The weekly breakdown was.
I'd have loved to work on yours with you, Aaron, because you hit great points. But look, I thought about this for 5 minutes. You thought about this now. If you sat down and wrote it, it'd have been great. You hit 2 themes. You hit Natty, which is one thing, and then you hit no, like really, you really hit the nail on the head of the wrestler, the international wrestler. Could have bring in AAA, and there's so much you hit great stuff there. If you gave that 10 minutes, you'd have kicked my ass. It was amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So overall, are we? So Jamie, you are saying ticking yes to both angles then?
Yeah, there's changes I'd make to both, but
Yep. Good stuff.
both were very well presented.
I wanted to do the opposite of what Cody has been doing, and actually do what a heel should do, which is take things away. Cena never fully followed through with it, and he bitched out at the end.
My concern with yours was you took away from Randy's agency.
Yeah, that was my entire because I wanted Cody to want him, which would have made the one thing that was the problem. Randy was too captivating. He was too cool. Get that out, get fucking rid of that, and give Cody the passion and create a vacuum. It's slightly convoluted, yeah. But I want Aleister Black to get the shine of all of this. Realistically, I want him to be the force.
That could totally be a post-Mania thing, though.
Yeah, but
I'll be an argumentative prick with you.
No, you should be. But that's yeah.
See, I
I
think
just wanted to
if you had Randy staying face and arguing all the way to Mania that he is this new Randy and he's chill and he learned about weed from Matt Riddle and now he's just happy to be there and he's loving his life and he's Cody's mentor and they're going to have a good wrestling match. Use Aleister as the heel interjecting between the two baby faces.
Yeah. And
have him be like, you're not though, you're still the Viper. You're still what you always were. And have Randy kind of being like, oh, maybe. Now, the trouble there is it does touch a little too much on the Punk thing with the you're old, you can't get the job done. Where Randy eventually realizes, oh shit, I can't in this, guys. Now I have to be the Viper. You caused this, and now you all have to deal with it.
It was I wanted to lean more into his desperation of the 15 title win, and he can't do it the way he used to. So what would he do? Would he sell his soul to get a title? And just to take Randy away from people, I would just love to see the reaction and hope it would cause the reaction I would fucking look to drag out of it, in that you took our Randy daddy away. He was so fun and lovely, but Cody misses his friend, and oh my God, and you bastard. I want people to look at Aleister Black and think, you cold-hearted cunt. That's what I really want to derive out of that. Probably a better way to do it, but I love the spooky messing as well. Probably better to lean into more psychological than spooky, but I love the spooky.
Yeah, literally being the devil in the ear as opposed to being a spooky devil in the ear. Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I think it could have nearly happened in the match, and then you have months of fallout to play with from it.
Yeah, without question. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fair.
Be quiet now.
I am not.
Okay, that's good. That's all good. Okay, then. So that was the Butterfly Suplex. But listen, you were elected judge, so it's only fair that you interrogated both witnesses. So no, that's fair. So that is the Butterfly Suplex Effect. We will be bringing this back in future segments because I don't know if you noticed, lads, it's going to be a bit of a dry period until SummerSlam, so we're going to have shit to fucking talk about, if not speculation, and not just filling the gaps in ourselves. So, with that in mind, though, one last bit of business, lads. It is our creative control for our episode.
Personality. I know your anger, I know your dreams. I've been everything you wanna be. Oh, I'm a cult of personality, like Mussolini and Kennedy. New world order. The cult of personality, the cult of personality, the cult of personality.
Because we had a WrestleMania, and therefore we had a Mirror Universe WrestleMania as well.
God.
Well, we But not just that, lads. We also have NXT Stand and Deliver to deal with as well, because we did have that in between, and we didn't capture the real Stand and Deliver, so we're doing it now tonight. So the way we're going to do this is Stand and Deliver.
Did anything happen on the actual Stand and Deliver? I feel like that's the first
Tony
time.
D'Angelo won
I
the
feel like
NXT title. Yeah,
nothing happened on it.
yeah. I think everything was kind of
Performance
pretty
stuff.
stable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know that, and like
A
Saints,
solid night
Paige,
of
and
wrestling.
Joe Hendry are all like unburdened now, so they're all being called up. So Tony D'Angelo is now the NXT champion and looks okay with it. Actually, they've done a total character reset on him, and the Birthright stable seems to be kind of gathering steam, but not necessarily holding anything yet. Um, yeah, it's in a very transitionary period. It's very much a case where like NXT is getting this like kind of like yearly reaping of new talent. So now they have to April's version of NXT is going to be the weakest, and has to build again. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. Um, so yes, so the way we're going to work this is Stand and Deliver is obviously going to be worth 1 point of creative control. WrestleMania itself, seeing that it is Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be judging it as one event, but it'll be worth 2 points of creative control to the winner. So I will give you the Saturday card, then give you the Sunday card, and it'll be a joint points tally. Whereas Stand Deliver will be its own a standalone thing. So with that in mind, let's get underway. So the opening contest for the Mirror Universe NXT Stand and Deliver was Sami Zayn defending his North American title against El Grande Americano.
Grande Americano. Come on, tough fuck.
I'm gonna go with Sammy.
That cool little match. Sammy.
Sammy. So we have 2 votes for Sammy and 1 for El Grande Americano. Again, just the beauty of the universe mode deciding we just need to have Americano going for the North American Championship. That just makes too much sense. Like it has to be done. But in this case, Sami Zayn retained his title yet again. Kind of an Iron Man champion now at this rate. So Jamie and Aaron, you are all off the mark.
Bastards.
Very handsome bastards, though, nonetheless.
True,
So,
very true.
so yes, with that, then we move on to our second title match of the evening, which is for the tag team titles. It is the family, of course, Tony D'Angelo and Stax Lorenzo, versus the Wyatt Six, represented by Joe Gacy and Dexter Loomis on this one, and British Strong Style in triple threat.
Them, I love them. Yes, them. Don't care. Don't care. British Strong
They
Style.
actually had a
Strong Style?
fantastic match at actual Stand and Deliver.
They did.
They delivered. They have changed their styles shockingly well under the hood.
It's amazing what a career in Attack Pro Wrestling can do to you.
I'll give that match to. Should give it to the family.
You're going to give it to the family. You think they're going to retain, okay?
Champion.
What about you, Aaron?
No,
What have you got?
I'll do the same. Give it to the
Okay, so
family.
you think Jamie and Aaron think the family are going to retain, and Brian's going for British Strong Style.
Have to.
Well, we do have new tag team champions,
What?
and it's British Strong Style.
Yeah,
You're
get
off the
fucked.
mark. And so are you, Brian. We're 1 apiece going into the next match, which is, and I'm actually quite happy that this worked out, the Women's Iron Survivor match. Which, again, we didn't have a deadline pay-per-view, so this is the closest thing we have to it. So we have the Iron Survivor match. If you're not familiar, it's basically a 25-minute timed Iron Man match. And more pinfalls, you pick up a 25 minutes, the better, just in case anyone's unfamiliar. So the 5 members of the match are Bailey, Stephanie Vaquer, Thea Hale, Alexa Bliss, and Blake Monroe.
Okay. Can't not pick Bailey. So
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. Even if it's not right, for the sake of it.
Bailey's fucking great.
The principle of it all, yeah.
Yeah, especially given that it's NXT, she's the godmother.
And Bailey and AEW, please. Let her free.
Sounds like you're calling your shot for creative control, are we?
Creative control.
We'll see. We'll see.
Let her run, please. She's fucking great.
So, with that in mind, so everyone's gone for Bailey on this one. You'll be shocked to hear Bailey actually scored no falls in this match.
Jeez.
Thea Hale scored 1 fall in this match.
Great comic.
But the winner was actually Blake Monroe, who scored 2. So Blake Monroe won the Iron Survivor match in this one. So we all 1 apiece again. Next up then, sticking with the women, is for the NXT Women's Championship, Lita defending her title against Trish Stratus.
Oh wow.
An NXT classic.
Yeah.
Quite very much the classics of all classics, yes.
Trish, fucking far better wrestler. Lita is dog shit.
I'll go Trish.
Yeah, I'm feeling feisty today. I've been drinking.
So Brian's gone for Trish. Aaron, did I hear Trish from you as well?
Yeah.
Just to be different, I'll go Lita.
And Jamie's gonna go with Lita. Well, I would say we've broken it out, but we actually haven't because Trish Stratus is the new NXT Women's Champion. So with that, Aaron and Brian, you are now 2 points up. And
Okay,
Jamie, you stay
Aaron, tiebreaker, best kisser wins.
by all means, drive over to him now to prove that.
I have a fast car now. I can do it.
He does know where I live too. He's dropped me to my house the first night that I was here, yeah, so he does know where I live.
Get you.
So next up is a tag team match under extreme new rules, no less. It is the Usos versus Gallows and Anderson.
Oh.
Wow. Two really mediocre teams. That shouldn't be. Good brothers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Good Brothers as well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Usos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Usos, and Jamie, you were right to do so because they won the match. We are
handsome contrarian bastard.
Okay, so this one is now the men's Iron Survivor match. Now,
can you yeet sweet? Can that happen? Sorry.
Yeet sweet, Jesus Christ, that's a segment and a half.
Yeah.
So this is the men's Iron Survivor match. So peek behind the curtain. This match ended in a draw, I'm afraid, because unfortunately one of the downsides.
All right, so it's a draw. I'm going to say it was a draw. I win.
So I'll tell you here's what we're going to do is, so two wrestlers did pick up a fall in this match. So it is down to 2 of the 5, right?
Score one, yeah.
And what we'll do is and based off who you pick, if you get the right 2, you get 1, basically who's closest.
Oh, yeah.
I'll let that person decide.
We're picking 3, essentially.
The men's Iron Survivor, because we're going to treat this as kind of like number 1 contenders. So, because that's only kind of fair. So, the 5 entries in the Iron Survivor match were AJ Styles, Drew McIntyre, Jay Lethal, Ray Phoenix, and Rob Van Dam.
This is definitely a video game.
Correct. So, Brian, who were your 2 picks?
Trying to cover the odds. Ray Phoenix, AJ Styles.
Ray Phoenix and AJ Styles. Okay. Jamie, how about yourself?
Jay Lethal.
AJ and Jay Lethal. And Aaron, how about you?
AJ and Rob Van Dam.
AJ and Rob Van Dam. Okay then. So the closest to the right answer, and we'll get the point for this, is Brian, because the 2 winners of the match were Drew McIntyre and Ray Phoenix.
God, I'm so handsome and good at everything.
So, Brian, you now get to decide who wins the Iron Survivor match. Would you want to go Ray Phoenix or do you want to switch to Drew?
Oh, Drew, please give him his flowers. Drew, he deserves it.
Yeah. All right. So, in canon, Drew McIntyre wins the Iron Survivor match.
Hooray, Drew.
And so, with that, we move on to our main event of NXT Stand and Deliver with Brian in the lead by 1 solid 2 points. It is an underground match between Ricky Saints and Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe, get fucked. No way.
Oh, Joe. Has to be Joe.
Jonathan, shut the fuck up. How dare you? It's not fucking Samoa Joe. Your computer is crap. No way. No fucking way. I can see exactly why it wouldn't go that way, but I cannot fucking use the words underground or street fight and not see Samoa Joe fucking murdering that seemingly less talented version of himself now.
So you're going for Samoa Joe as well as Aaron?
Yeah, come on.
I'm also going Joe.
Yeah. We're all going Joe. Well, so Brian, that means you're going to win this by default. But
Default.
it does help
Default.
that Samoa Joe did choke out Ricky Saints
Oh,
to
come
win
on,
the
fucking
NXT Championship.
had to.
So Brian, you get a point of creative control
Yeah.
after we deal with WrestleMania. So let's see if you can triple up here.
Yeah.
We're gonna start off with our Saturday card, folks. And up first, starting off WrestleMania outright, is for the Women's World Championship, the defending champion Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair.
Bianca.
Yeah, Belair.
Jax.
Nia Jax, okay.
Yep.
The correct answer was, in fact, Nia Jax.
Strong like a
Okay, now.
fridge. Strong like a fridge. I'm in the Matrix. I can smell the code.
Indeed. Well, let's
I'm
see.
not-
You're off the
I'm-
mark
I'm-
anyway. But this
I'm-
one is a marathon, not a sprint, Brian. So let's see how you get on.
I'm not competitive.
No, definitely not. Next up, then, match 2 on the card, and I mean it is WrestleMania. We need a hoss battle. This year, it's Gunther versus Oba Femi.
Oh, wow. Oba. How come just, yeah.
Like
I
a
can see-
future Mania match.
I know.
Mm.
I'm seeing, I see an Oba as being built as the Gunter foil.
So you're
In
going
reality-
with Oba. Yeah.
Oba.
In reality, I think it should be Oba, but in the game, I think it's going to be Gunther.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I'm gonna
spot
go
on
with
there.
John. I'm gonna go with Jamie on this one.
You're spot on. I'll just to even it out. Yeah, come on. I'm already winning. I'm great.
So you're sticking with Oba, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Practicing for my
Well-
heel persona for commentary.
Well, you probably should have switched, Brian, because Gunther
Yeah.
did end up winning this
Ah,
match. So
makes a lot of sense.
these are one apiece again, lads. Right.
Ooh.
Next up, then, is Randy Orton versus Damian Priest in
Orton.
an ambulance match.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Orton.
Priest.
Brian's going for Priest. Right. Aaron's going
I'm
for
very
Orton.
confident. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, the ambulance match actually makes it tougher.
It's changed it. Nino.
No,
Puerto
I'm still
Rican
going
Nino.
Orton.
You're going for Orton. Okay, then. So the winner of the ambulance match, which, as we know, the token fucking gimmick match of the card, is Randy Orton. So points to Aaron and Jamie on that one. Next up, then, is our Smalls match that we always get on WrestleMania, but this time is for the United States Championship. So the defending champion, Chris Jericho, is putting his belt on the line
Okay.
against Keith Lee,
Okay.
Chad
Jesus.
Gable,
Okay.
Ricochet,
Okay.
Rusev, and Jeff Cobb.
Keith Lee. I adore that man. I only wish nice things for him. I don't even care. Oh my God.
I'm gonna go with Cobb. I don't know why.
Cobb's a good show. My head says Ricochet, but I can never not pick Keith Lee.
Okay. How about yourself, Jamie?
Can I get the list of competitors one more time, please?
Yep.
No, fuck
We've got
off.
Jericho, we got Keith Lee, we got Chad Gable, we got Ricochet, we got Rusev, and we got Jeff Cobb.
Rick Ocean.
Bob.
Wow,
You're going
two
for
corns-
Cobb as well.
two
Okay,
corns on
interesting.
the Cobb.
2 corns on the Cobb. So you have 2 picks for Cobb and 1 for Keith Lee. One of you is right. Because Keith Lee is the United States champion.
Oh, bask in his motherfucking glory.
Absolutely.
Ah,
And what's very appropriate is that he was actually feuding with Jericho up to this point as well. So it actually is thematically consistent as well. Okay, then next up then. So we have one wrestler who's pulling double duty at WrestleMania. So on night 1, Becky Lynch is defending her United States Championship against Julia.
Fucking who?
Becky. That one they bought from fucking Stardom that was meant to be like their next big thing, and then it hasn't really worked out.
Joshis are the fucking greatest living fucking carbon-based life form, but Becky.
We have 2 votes for Becky. Do we make it 3, Jamie, or are you
Becky.
switching?
Yeah, Becky.
We're all
Although-
going for Becky. Oh,
Arguably, depending on if the El Grande Americano in game was used or not, maybe more than one double duty. But
well,
yeah, Becky.
that's true. That's true. To be fair, considering Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania Saturday went on both on the same day, that's one hell of a fucking trip because The arena I have set is in New Orleans, so it's so yeah, they'd be having to make a bit of a fucking trek from Florida to New Orleans to do that one, but we'll see. But yes, no, you're all right. Becky Lynch did retain her title on this one, so she is still United States Championship going into her other match tomorrow. Next up then is for the WWE Tag Team titles, the defending champions DIY versus the War Raiders.
Warriors.
Ooh, Chavo. DIY.
War Raiders.
DIY. Woodies.
Brian, are you going DIY?
There's no better boy in DIY.
Well, you're wrong on this one because the War Raiders won the tag team titles.
Yeah, murder them. They would fucking murder them, as is their right. As is their fucking right.
Yes. So
One of
we
the
move
greatest
on then
matches I
to-
ever saw in my life, War Raiders versus Kings of the North. Thank you.
Oh, it was an absolute brilliance, absolute banger. I shouldn't be so much. I never get tired of the Kings of the North matches. I really, really should, but I don't. It's just something wonderful about that song, just putting you into a mood for a fucking row. So next up then is our main event of night one, lads, and it is a fatal four-way match.
Cool.
And of course, it is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Solo Sikoa defending against Roman Reigns, against the Royal Rumble winner Omos, and the Elimination Chamber winner Bobby Lashley, with MVP as
Yes.
special guest referee.
Yeah, this is my creative control.
And the loser of this is going to NXT.
Essentially, yeah, I think the way we'll because there's so many permutations, I think it makes sense that the losing faction is leaving town. So basically, either the Bloodline are going to NXT or the Hurt Business is going to NXT.
Given my creative control, and canonically, I can say this wholeheartedly, fuck the Bloodline.
So who are you going for in this fatal four-way?
Who's it almost and?
Bobby Lashley.
Oh, Bobby Lashley. Jesus Christ. What a man.
Bobby Lashley.
Given game ratings, I'm going Roman Reigns.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. Yeah. that is-
I
Okay.
just want Roman Reigns to lose, remember, so I can get my NXT. That's why I hope he loses.
Very true.
That was my thing from a couple of weeks ago. So that's the only reason I hope he loses.
That was your
So
gambit,
that's the
yeah.
reason. Yeah.
So with that, we do have a new WWE champion. As a one person you didn't pick,
Yeah.
Omos is the new World Heavyweight Champion,
Wow, that's a fucking sentence.
which means that Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa are going to NXT. The whole bloodline is now all in NXT.
They are now. Yay.
And I'm the real winner here.
How's the Mirror Universe for you,
How do you
lads?
like, Aaron, how did you like that creative control to get MVP as the guest referee there now? See, I lined that up for you.
That was good, yeah. I enjoyed that now. I got to admit.
Okay then. So we end night one with Aaron and Jamie tied for 4 and Brian on 3. So
Fucking kill
let's
me,
crack
man.
on then with night 2. Starting off with an Extreme Rules tag team match between Finn Balor and JD McDonough versus the Dudleys.
I cannot ever not pick JD. Can't. Never.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Irish thing here as well.
Can't.
Yeah, Judgment Day.
Have
Okay.
to. Has to.
All right, you're all going for the Judgment Day, and you're all fucking wrong. The Dudleys
Yeah.
won this match.
Of course. Of course they fucking won. Plunder match with the Dudleys. Are you insane?
Okay. So we have another Schmoz match here, lads, for the Intercontinental title, but it is a gauntlet match. So
Ooh, gladiators.
So what I'm going to do is, we're going to do this a little bit spicily. So Dom Mysterio starting off the match.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say what his opponent is, and you basically get a chance to stick or twist, whether he wins or he loses. Okay.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna,
and then we
Jonathan,
get to the
I'm
final-
gonna say, just because I'm feeling spicy. Dominic Mysterio wins everything.
you're okay. Let's see what let's see how you
I love
think.
how Jonathan really didn't expect him to do that. He was like,
I really
Hello.
think
That's
you should
not
wait
the plan I
till
had.
here. I really
No,
think
no.
you should wait
I am a chaos monkey. I pick Dominic Mysterio for every single one because it's funnier.
fair. That's,
Right,
you know what? I can't
let's-
argue with that.
Let's see if it works for you. Right. So again, I'm going to shout the contenders. You get a chance to stick or twist until we get to the end one, and we'll see which one you land on as the right answer. So
Okay.
starting off then, Dom Mysterio versus Rhea Ripley.
Oh, Rhea.
Yeah, Rhea.
that's immediately backfired on him. Just instantly.
Or it could
Instantly
immediately backfire on us.
Yeah.
It could, but I just have a feeling that Ray's winning that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay then. So next up then is after that Logan Paul.
Were you?
Yeah, I can't in good conscience accept that they put him over a woman on WrestleMania. Rhea, for the love of God, please let it be Rhea.
Okay. Brian, are you sticking or twisting?
I am a man of conviction. Yeah, I'm sticking with Dom Mysterio.
You're sticking with Dom Mysterio? Okay then. Next up then is Jacob Fatu.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm gonna go for Jacob on that one.
Yeah.
Okay, you both switched to Jacob.
Yep.
Brian?
I pray to the king of the luchadors. Dirty Dom against the fucking Samoan werewolf.
All right then. Next up then is Braun Breaker.
You tried to help me.
I did. At the record show, I gave you an out and you didn't take it.
I will be hoisted by my own petard. Dom till I'm dead.
I'm gonna go with Bran on that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
fresh
Jamie,
Braun.
how about you? You're
Yeah,
going for Braun.
Braun's fresh.
And our final person in the gauntlet is Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh, God.
I'll stick with Bran.
I'm inclined to do the same, but just to change it up, I'll go with Seth.
By the way, if Brian somehow managed to win this, right, I'm done. Because that'd be it. I
Wrong,
won't
that's
be
not
able,
One creative control forever.
I will fucking lose my shit if that fucker wins this.
The greatest living Mysterio.
Dom Mysterio. Right, so we have 3 picks
So,
in the end. We
match
got
by match.
Brian's going Dom Mysterio, Aaron is going for Braun Breaker, and Jamie's going for Seth Rollins. So match by match, here's how it went down. Dom Mysterio beat Rhea Ripley
Yay.
Oh, shit.
to start off. Then Logan Paul beat Dom Mysterio.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
Then Jacob Fatu beat Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Good.
Then Jacob Fatu beat Braun Breaker.
Cool.
Oh,
Brilliant.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So it ended up being Fatu versus Seth Rollins,
Cool.
Awesome.
with Seth Rollins being the new Intercontinental Champion. So Jamie, you take the lead of
Nice.
WrestleMania 42.
All is right with the world. God.
Yeah, let's go with that. Next up then is for the Women's Championship. Women's World Championship indeed. The triple threat match between Becky Lynch, the defending double champion of course,
Okay.
versus the Royal Rumble winner, Michelle McCool, versus the Elimination Chamber winner, Alex Windsor.
I don't know who Alex Windsor is. Never Michelle McCool. Becky.
Becky.
Yeah, Becky.
Yep. We're not going to waste any time on this one. Becky won this match quite
Yay,
comfortably.
that's-
So
I like
Thank
that double champ
Christ.
booking. That's really fucking cool.
Mm.
I like that.
Becky 2 belts reign supreme. Just in case anyone's wondering if we're biased. Yes, we are. Fuck yous.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Ole, ole,
So-
ole, ole.
It's gonna be there's more women on the card, lads. So
know,
match
yeah.
4 for the women's tag team titles, much like the real world, is a 4-way between the defending champions Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark
Wow.
versus the team of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, of course, the Judgment Day,
Right.
versus Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, from NXT, of course, and the Kibosh team of Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair.
Fuck off. They will win, but I don't want them to. Chelsea Green all day fucking long. In Chelsea, we trust. Salutes
I'm gonna
while not
go
being
with
on
Stratton.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlotte and fucking Tiffany is
Yeah.
a fucking god team. Wow.
I'm going Charlotte and Tiffany.
Shara Tiffany. We do have new tag team champions, and again, it's the one you didn't fucking pick. It's the Judgment Day winning the tag team champions.
Right.
Good for them.
Pure right.
Yes. Okay then. So we're down to 3 matches left, and just as a reminder of scores, Jamie's leading with 6, Aaron's on 5, and Brian is on 4.
I'm quite happy. I have made myself have a good time today.
You popped yourself. You popped yourself, and it has to be said. So match 5, and it's a little bit of creative control that's been brewing for a while, but now at WrestleMania we get the payoff for the women's intercontinental title, Natalya versus Sol Ruka.
Whoa!
Of course, been called up from NXT as per Jamie's request.
Nice.
Talia.
Ooh, head says one, heart says the other. Come on, Natty, get your flowers.
Yeah, I want a Hart walking out with the Intercontinental title, and I want Natty to get her moment.
Yeah.
Well, so we have 3 votes for Natties then, yeah? I presume 3 Natties across the board?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right then, and yes, she did retain. So,
Nice.
Natty Neidhart retaining her
Can
Intercontinental
we
title
live
at
in this
WrestleMania.
mirror universe?
Well, wait till you see the 2 main events. So, the pre-main event is a Hell in a Cell match between Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes.
Oh,
Okay.
Brock, kill him. Kill him.
Finish him. I'm gonna go with Brock.
Your blonde hair.
Don't they have
is
speciality
mine.
matches in that game? Because I feel
No.
like Hell in a Cell should be Brock's one. No.
Don't think they
I
do.
think it's in certain modes, but not in the universe mode.
Fuck, Cody.
I could see Cody winning it, but I just would love to see him fucking murder him.
He's a sneaky little fucker.
Yeah.
I would genuinely prefer to see Brock kill him.
Better haircut. He's got a better haircut. Crazy.
Yeah, no, fuck it. I want to see Brock win. Let's go.
We got votes across the board for Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. We're all sick of Cody.
Murder him.
Well, you're all right because Brock Lesnar did win this match in the end. So
Fantastic.
So, Brian, that means you're actually out of creative control for WrestleMania
I'm
42.
good. I had fun. I'm so glad.
You do have a twist of creative control anyway for NXT, so it's all good. You still got a consolation prize.
Tasty little lemon zest. Yummy.
So this is for double control then. The main event of WrestleMania outright for the WWE Championship in a ladder match, as per Brian's request.
Yo.
CM Punk versus Kevin Owens.
Oh.
And in fact, this is the feud that Jerry Soule wanted as the feud for WrestleMania 42. So it's very appropriate that this has very much been made in creative control. So who do we think is walking out of WrestleMania with the WWE Championship?
I know I'm out, but just to cement his legacy and pass the torch, if anyone was gonna take it from Punk, come on, KO.
I'm gonna stick with Punk.
Ah, yeah. Under no doubt.
I think it should be Kevin, but I think it was Punk.
Yeah.
I'm a big smelly, dirty American Punk. So.
And indeed, finishing
In the
off.
best way.
So obviously the prime timeline ended with CM Punk losing his WWE Championship.
Yeah.
But the Mirror Universe ended with CM Punk keeping his WWE Championship.
Yay.
So the
Kisses
final
for
scores
Aaron.
on the doors is Brian on 6, Aaron on 8, and Jamie on 9. So Jamie, you get a double dose of creative control from getting all of WrestleMania. So, Brian, we'll come back to you then for your point of creative control. You've had a chance to stew on it. What would you like to change going into the new year?
Bring back Teddy Long.
I mean, I'd love to, but he is almost certainly dead in the Mirror Universe from oversexing.
Yeah. What's Hornswoggle do?
Also dead from oversexing.
Damn. True. Very true. We've all been to the Gypsy Rose.
Yep, correct.
I would like to call up a tag team from NXT.
Okay. Do you have a preference?
This fucker takes away the blood flame from me. I'm gonna beat him.
No, I essentially gave you the bloodline through my own fuckery. Who we got in NXT?
Well, we
Not
got
the
the
Bloodline.
family. We've got well, yeah, obviously the bloodline kind of dominating.
That would be
as it were.
hilarious.
Yeah.
No, not doing it.
I gotta be
we got
honest. If it was me, I'd do it because it's funny.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, who family boopity boops? Who we got?
the White Six is an option as well. We've also, and again, you got like British Strong Style, but of course they're now NXT Tag Team Champions, so that doesn't really work.
I mean, they could debut
Um,
on the roster, but no, we'll keep them there for a while.
let's see who else can we put you there. I have my roster in front of me. Is there anyone actually outright proper tag teams in this? So, we got Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. They were tag team champions, and now they're no longer. You got Gallows and Anderson as an option too.
No, Chelsea and Piper, get them up there.
Okay, so Chelsea and Piper, and
What
do you
the
where would you like to put them?
Ooh, what's the better women's division?
Um, hmm. That's a
Seems
bit
like
of a
SmackDown needs them.
Yeah,
Wherever
wherever they will.
Cooler main event in Mania.
Yeah,
fucking SmackDown. Perfect.
well,
whack 'em in there.
certainly they have a lack of tag teams anyway. So
Yeah, whack him in there. It's just
Yeah.
come on, Chelsea fucking Green, lads. Come on, she's fucking
Okay.
great.
She is
Piper's
excellent.
a fucking warrior as well. Come on.
I think that's fair now, isn't it? Like, more so that the fact that, like, you're getting the bloodline, so you're gonna have to let go of one other bloodline, I suppose.
Yeah.
So Niven and Chelsea Green are going to SmackDown after WrestleMania.
I'm saying this put on record. Chelsea Green is greater than anything the Bloodline has ever done, ever in any universe. She's fucking great.
There's shaking on the group chat, lads. Actual shaking. And Jamie, you get your double dose of WrestleMania goodness. What two changes do you want to make to the universe?
If the Bloodline are going to the NXT,
Yeah.
or are they? No, they.
Ooh.
It would be
Well,
funny.
and we can't play the is because Aaron didn't win, so the is still is still.
Oh yeah,
is
no,
still a
but
thing.
I have double creation chance. So, but the who are some of the other kind of main roster guys on NXT?
Well, Ricky Saints has lost his championship. You've got, like, again, Drew will be down as number one contender here. We know AJ Styles is leaving for TNA. That's already been settled.
Oh yes.
We've got Bailey floating around. We have Jordan Grace floating around. We've got Trish Stratus and Lita. Of course, one of them is now champion. We got both Jays, Jay Lethal and Jay White, floating around too. Who else we got? Joe Hendry, Ethan Page, Stephanie Vaquer, but she's currently the Women's North American Champion at present. Rob Van Dam is there too, and Penta is there as well. Penta and Ray Phoenix.
Okay. So I'm gonna send Drew McIntyre to SmackDown.
Drew McIntyre to SmackDown.
He would have just walked out when the Bloodline arrived.
Actually, no. Drew to Raw.
Drew McIntyre to Raw. Yeah.
They lost Roman. And is there anyone in AEW who's
Currently being
star-worthy?
booked. Let me see who's not been booked recently. But MJF has recently lost his title to Brody King.
Okay.
That is a distinct possibility.
Jonathan, Jamie said he wants stars.
Who else we got?
Fucking MJF.
I'm trying to see who's kind of unattached from feuds and stuff like this. So Adam Cole was just lost the championship. We've got the Authors of Pain and the Guns doing bits and bobs. Brody King is now the world champion, of course. Cope and Christian are still being booked. So is FTR. Kenny Omega still floating around.
Do you know what? Do you know
champion.
Fucking tag teams for SmackDown for their retirement run. Let's see what Edge and Christian.
Oh,
Edge and Christian to SmackDown.
Nice.
Wow.
That just
Okay.
feels good.
It does. It really, really does. Okay.
Yeah.
That's excellent stuff. Okay, so there's your creative control, lads. We got we have two new tag teams coming to SmackDown. Niven and Piper moving from NXT, and Edge and Christian coming home for one more run, it seems. So let's see how that plays out. And Drew McIntyre then also a proverbial call up from NXT to Raw, but of course NXT are going to have literally all of the Samoans on the roster. Like literally
All of
only
the
one they
Samoans.
haven't. Like you have Tamina there as well, who of course is the lodestone of the entire group.
Get her in
Um,
the fucking bin.
I would love to, but she is in the game and I'm limited on spaces. So literally only two like not like Samoans that are not in NXT are Jacob Fatu and Nia Jax. Everyone else is called for.
Jesus.
Well, actually, in fairness, I think the Gorillas of Destiny are in AEW, so you know that's something.
Oh, fucking love that team song.
Yeah. So there you go.
Nobody realer than Gorilla.
With
So, yeah.
Naomi.
Naomi's on SmackDown.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
She just sort of lost her title to Becky Lynch, of course, setting up the double champion angle.
She's not quite close enough to the family to be drafted to
Yeah.
their home brand.
Give Aaron a couple of weeks and we'll see how we get on.
Oh, you give me a couple of weeks, don't you fucking worry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right then. So that's our bumper WrestleMania podcast done, lads. Well done if you did this in one sitting. If not, then I'll see you tomorrow for part 2. But until then, obviously we are going to be taking a bit of a breather here from actual WWE stuff because, let's be fair, WWE are be taking a fucking breather themselves. But watch this space. We have some very exciting things coming up on this show and that are taking more of a domestic turn of affairs as opposed to anything else. So more on that as you see it. But until then, I'd like to thank Brian, Aaron, and Jamie for jumping on for this WrestleMania review. And for the love of fucking God, I really hope next year's WrestleMania is better and we don't see any more fucking ads. I live in hope, but I know I'm wrong.
Does anyone want to go get a Snickers with me now?
Any more brands? I mean, I don't know about you guys. I could really go for a nice cold dude wipe right now.
When I'm feeling down, I reach for a delicious mattress Mick.
Sweet.
Never let that man drink before a podcast again.
Can anyone actually kill Tony yet? Like that is an instruction, right? Like
Undertaker chokeslammed him.
that'd be nice. Can you just get on with that, please. That'd be fucking great.
Their anti-AEW rhetoric is just getting ridiculous.
It is. It's just pathetic now at this stage, you know? Yeah, it's terrible.